All right. It is Wednesday night. That means that we are here for another live stream. Appreciate you guys being here this evening. As you guys see, we finally got the studio set up just right. The Love Crossing Borders way. My name is Andre of Andre and Andre's Love Crossing Borders. Glad to see that you guys are here. Glad to see everything set up, and we got the house like 75 to 80% complete. So now we're doing some shopping and doing some other things as far as getting other furnishing put in here, as well as getting Andre's studio set up. See, your boy got a new pair of glasses. Finally, I can see what you guys look like when you come to Cali, Colombia. Shout out to you guys once again for being here. Appreciate it. Glad to see you guys here. Let's get ready to put some nice, good mood music on. We got a great topic for tonight. We got a really good topic. When it comes to the Passport Bro movement, our YouTube sister, Sharzad, hope I pronounced it correctly, she did a video over the past couple of days in regards to, does the impact of the Passport Bro, can it help the Black community, that is? Can us bringing women back to the United States or marrying foreign women, whether it be in the United States or outside the United States, help the Black community in the United States? And most of us know the answer to that. And most of us have our own hypothesis, and I want to hear what you guys have to say. I want to hear what you have to say in regards, will the Passport Bro movement help the Black community in the United States? Now, my answer personally is no. Just like the Passport Bro movement won't help the community in Greece, in Ghana, in Canada, in Thailand, or in Argentina. Why? Because we do not make up the majority, I mean the Passport Bros, not Black people, but the Passport Bros. We don't live in certain countries as a mass to have a large impact. So it is in the United States. The Passport Bro movement is not large enough to have a major impact on the community in the United States. Now, when it comes to how they look at dating, and women are starting to realize that they're not our only options. Yes, the Passport Bro movement has had a great impact in regards to women realizing you ain't the only a fine one in town, sister. There's a lot of other fine women around the world. But when it comes to marrying, yeah, even if all the Passport Bros got married and moved our wives back to the United States, that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to have an impact upon the community. So my answer is no. We are not set to be able to rescue the Black community, nor do we want to rescue the Black community in the United States. And I want to let that simmer. Are the Passport Bros responsible for changing the community? And does the Passport Bro movement want to save the Black community in the United States? I want to hear what you guys have to say in regards to this while we get ready to do these shout outs. Let me turn this down and let me put some music on for us. There we go. And we're about to do some shout outs. Turn it up for me. Oh, yeah. Let's really get these shout outs in for you gentlemen. Shout out, first of all, to the super chats. Came in earlier. Thank you guys for the super chats and the Cash App. Always appreciate you guys. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Always appreciating you guys for believing in what we all are doing with this channel, how we represent us as Passport Bros, how we try to represent us as Black men. I do my best, fellas. I do my best. So you guys show love by clicking that like button, subscribing to the channel, showing financial support. And then when you come to town, you let me know. When we all hang out together, when you guys come to town here in Colombia, I appreciate that more than you realize. Shout out to my man Will the Thrill in the building. Shout out to you, coming right out the gate with it. He said, greetings, Andre in chat, because chat lives matters. Hope everything is Everyone is doing great. Push that like button, like I just mentioned. Support Black male media. Yes, sir. He says, sit back and relax with a drink in hand. Tonight I'm just drinking some water, but on Friday night I will be busting a bottle, breaking a bottle open of a I think it's a scotch that I have, a scotch or a whiskey that I have that's 25 years old. 25 years old, not only celebrating us moving into a new home, not only celebrating us cracking over 500K, on YouTube, someone in my throat, but also celebrating 5 years of being on YouTube. So I'm gonna crack that bottle open, and we've actually had that bottle for about 4 or 5 years. So shout out to you guys. Excuse me. My man Love W in the building. Shout out to you as well, kind sir, for being here. Shout out to you and my man Tammy King with the $10 super sticker, just showing love for the game. In the words of Lead Attorney, just love for the game. No comment. Let's go back to you other brothers that's here in the building representing. I'm telling you, we got a good topic tonight. We got a video reaction, a great one. Our sister, like I said, Shred, I hope I pronounced it correctly, or Shed Charzed. She's a YouTuber, beautiful sister. She's happily married in the United States, good family woman. She's always supported Black male media. And she did a video like, is it the passport bros' responsibility? Are they going to save the community? Is it men have to go out and get foreign Black women to get some good Black women in the United States? I was just interviewing a friend of mine yesterday, right? I was out hanging out with some of the guys, and I ran across one of my female friends, real cool sister, right? And I asked her, from the Colombian perspective, when I've asked Andrea this and other female Colombians, I always ask these women this. Do you women, of course you start to get a little bit more money, a little bit more jobs, you're fighting for your rights here. Do you women see yourselves, no matter what you do, no matter what accomplishments you get, can you see yourself being so independent that you'll say that you don't need a man? And every single one of them, including Andrea, says they basically looked at me like it was a foreign language. To sit back and say that you don't need a man? Where did you get that from, Andrea? And I have to explain to them that's how many, not all, not even most, but many women in the United States feel about men. They like having a man, but they don't think that they need a man. And these women, just like my friend last night, she was like, I can't see myself ever saying to myself or to somebody else that I don't need a man. And so when we sit back and we hear these narratives back home, the question remains also, why should we even bring these type of women back to the States? Knowing what type of demeanor waits for them on the other side. That I'm independent, I don't need no man, all I need is a puppy or a cat. Mindset that's already in the United States. So when I see guys bring their woman back to the States, yeah, some of them work out, and I see some great couples. I really do. I know some really good couples that it's worked out with them. But then I know some couples, it didn't seem to work out. It did not seem to work out. Let me turn that down just a little bit. There we go. Turn the music down just a little bit. Let's get ready to do these shout outs in with you gentlemen. Once again, shout to my man in the building, Black Nubian, them Canadian boys at it again. They are at it again. Oh, Canada's in the building. Yes, sir. Shout out to you. And all you Canucks in the building. Shout out to you being here, guys. All right, my man Dave, number one. He's a channel member, and he is number one. He said, the family, this is going to be a great one. Yes, it is. He said, say, shout out to Imam Ari in the building representing. I know, I got you, brother. I got you. Shout out to you. Once again, shout out to Will and my man, Space It Place out there. Yes, sir. Glad to see that you're here, man. He said, this is what these hard-headed broads need to wake up, need to wake the very few left, yes, sir, that will come to their senses. Harsher times are coming. Yeah, you think that, see, a lot of us think, because Kevin Samuels, before he passed on, St. Kevin said this, winter is coming. And a lot of women think winter is here. And a lot of men think winter is here. No, we're just seeing the cool weather. This is autumn right now. This is early winter. This is not the true January, February winter that a lot of women are going to experience. I'm telling you guys, in the next 5 to 10 years, you're going to see the rise of the share bear. And I need to do a video on that one. In the next 5 to 10 years, so many women, especially in our community, will be sharing men with no questions, with no hesitations. They will be girlfriends and sister wives, sister girlfriends. It will be a share-a-thon. I said it here first. You will see so many women sharing men in the United States. There will be a share-a-thon going on. They're going to race to share men because a lot of men are going to be gone and a lot of men are just going to check out and a lot of men are going to tolerate. And the only ones that won't have a problem with sharing is Pookie, Ray, Nook, and them. So be ready for that. Kevin is right. Winter is coming. But what we see right now, this is not even the flourish yet. Shout out to my man, poor man in the building. Detroit boys at it again, them 313 boys. Don't play with that man. He from Detroit. You know how they act. You know how they get in Detroit. You know how they get. Shout out to you, brother, for being here. Also, let me scroll back up to my man. We got DeMarcus, the Navigator, in the building. Shout out to you, brother, for being here. He said, locked in as usual. Let's go, brother Dre. Let's go. Shout out to you, brother. We got a great one tonight. Like I said, we're going to do a reaction to that video, but we're going to start off with DC Rob's latest video. Yes, I'm not going to give you guys the full video, but the topic for tonight, what DC Rob is talking about, shout out to DC Rob. He's a commentator and more like the news for Medellin, Colombia, and Colombia abroad. And once again, guy trying to come into Medellin, into Colombia, I think it was through Cartagena or Bogota, and got stopped. And they looked at him on the I think it's the Angie's list, or not Angie's list, but the Angel Wish list. And that is a list. I'm gonna tell you guys this right out the gate. That Angels list is for individuals that was messing around with little kids or messing around with teenagers. And I'm going to look it up, but it might be even, because I know Colombia is getting to the point where they're like, if you are a dude that you got on your record domestic violence, oh yeah, they gonna make it hard for you to come through the gates too. Black, white, gray, or brown. Colombia realized, I can't stop y'all from buying coochie. Cool, no problem. I'll say it again. Colombia is coming to the reality that they can't stop y'all from buying coochie, but they can stop you from coming into the country to buy coochie. Y'all see how that works? Oh, you can buy all the paper play you want once you get in, if you can get in. So DC Rob has done a video once again explaining that the Colombian government has turned another person away in regards to that. So we're going to start off with that video, and then we're going to go to the video in regards to, is it the passport bro's responsibility to save the Black community? We got 61 people in the building. Click that like button. We like you. Make sure you like us too. We like our man Christopher Sterling is in the building, one of the coolest names, Christopher Sterling. Good evening all. Yes, sir. Love W once again is in the building representing. Shout out to you. And Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson is here. I know he's so tired of hearing those Mr. Anderson jokes ever since The Matrix has come out. Mr. Anderson the Great. He says salute to the chat, and Andre, salute to you, kind sir, as well. Salute to you, kind sir, as well. You said my mic is off? You guys can't hear me? Let me see. Let me see. Oh, my mic is off. Let me see. Thank you very much. I'm going to step out for a second, guys, and then I'm going to come back in.
All right, is that better, guys? Let me know if I sound a lot better now. Let me know. Put a one in the comment section if the mic is on. Let me see. Is it echoing now? So let me know how I sound. I sound better? I'm good? Move in? Move in. Gracias, amigos. Teamwork. That's all we ask for on this channel. Teamwork. And that's how we do it. Shout out to you guys, man. I would have never known that, and I would have been highly disappointed in the live stream. All right, much better. Thanks, guys. Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate you guys. See, I would have messed it up by myself. I would have messed it up by myself. So thank you very much, guys, for let me know that. Okay, let me scroll back down to where I was. Okay, I was on. Mike was letting me know my mic was off. We got For Profit Store in the building. Shout out to you. He said, "What's good, Dre? Salute from them Cleveland boys." Yes, sir. It's not Cleveland, it's Cleveland. Shout out to them Cleveland boys in the building. Shout out to Euclid boys, St. Clair boys, all you guys all in that area. Superior Avenue, all you guys in that area in Cleveland. Shout out to you. Shaw High School graduates. Cleveland Heights. Yeah. First time I ever went to the Cheesecake Factory was in Cleveland Heights. That's when a Cheesecake Factory was just a little small bakery throughout the United States. And all you could buy was cheesecakes and different pastries. And that was it. Just cheesecakes. Those small little stores. And just to see them kind of like blow up into these restaurants, man, it's good. Wow. Completely different from what my cheesecake experience was. Vilak is in the building. Shout out to my brother. Them 313 boys at it.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
Don't play with that man. Don't play with that man. He's having a good time. Let me know if you're back home. Let me know if you made it back home. Or if you're still here. That's one of my hangout partners right there. Jalupe 71 is in the building. He say off as in abominable or abnormal. Yes, abnormal. Absolutely correct. Thank you very much, brother. Okay, Tiger Blood in the building. He said peace to the chat and Andre. Shout out to you here, brother. And my man Shay. Man, I'm doing something right tonight. Shout out to you. America Sigma representing. He said, shit, no, it ain't our responsibility to save the community. And we ain't bringing them back for the community. It's not. Guys, there's nothing. You know what one of the freedoms of having your passport is for all you guys that are kind of like getting your passports and you haven't traveled yet? One of the freedoms that you're going to get when it comes to your passport, in all sincerity, is the social freedom. I'm gonna say this again. Let me turn the music down just a little bit more, guys. There's a social freedom that comes along with becoming a guy that takes advantage of his passport. What do I mean by that? I mean that when you take advantage of your passport, you're not only learning to take advantage of your currency, your dollar going a little further in other countries. You're not only able to take advantage of medical opportunities, for your health in other countries. And you're not only able to take advantage of the beautiful ladies in other countries. You're also able to take advantage of certain freedoms. Once you become a traveler like we are, like Tailor Made Dreams or Zoom to Thailand or Chocolate Man in Thailand or Ace Live, bruh, you only have one responsibility as a man of color. It is not to save the black community in the United States. I'll say this again. All you who are going to be staying in the United States, yes, it is your responsibility. Continue on with the picket signs, continue becoming politicians, business owners, all those things that continue on to help the black community in the United States. Yes, it's your responsibility. But as for us who are passport bros, blue book gentlemen, passport kings, and enlightened men, we cannot travel the way we do and at the same time yell to the United States from Ghana. I don't care what type of bullhorn we got. It will not reach the United States if you're in Tanzania. or Tanzania. If you're in South Africa, you cannot help people in Southside Chicago. You're free from that. I was riding the other day coming from hanging out, and guess what? I rode past police officers that were waiting there to catch somebody. Guess who they didn't bother riding by in a vehicle? And usually when you got a nice vehicle in Colombia, a lot of times they'll stop you. But like I said, the only time I've ever been stopped is because they're trying to, they were having a fundraiser for wheelchairs. Not one time I've been stopped in Colombia and I had to worry about the cherries behind me, the police officers behind me, or they're stopping me unfairly. Not once. When I hear guys that get stopped by police officers in Parque Yaris, or you get stopped when you jumping in a car and all of y'all drunk, you should have got stopped. You drunk, your boys in the back drunk, and the driver drunk. You think you ain't gonna get shook down, and then you want to sit back and say Colombian police are corrupt? You got a choice. Give that Colombian police officer 200,000 pesos, and you keep on rolling. Or in the United States, they would have confiscated the car and put the driver in jail, or gave the driver a major ticket. That's the United States. There's certain freedoms that come along with being an expat. It is not our responsibility to come back home and kumbaya. I'll say that again. It is not our responsibility. I'm sorry, all you guys that are so used to rescuing the black community. If you decide to do what we're doing, you got to make a decision. You're at the fork in the road. I'm your brother. You at a fork in the road. I've been there. I was doing all the volunteer work for 50 years. So, from the 4-H club all the way to JA. I'm in junior achievement. I've always been volunteering. Since I was in junior high school, I've always volunteered. That's one thing that's been entrenched in me always. Give back to the community, give back to the world. But when you relocate to other countries, or when you're visiting a lot of other countries, you can still give back to the world by being an example of a positive man of color or woman of color, and not necessarily have to only focus on the black people back home in the United States. I give you a perfect example of a good brother that comes down here. Give me a second. Let me scroll down. Perfect example. Shout out to my man, Balak. He comes down here to Colombia and he shows an example, like many of you guys, of a positive black man. There are quite a few of you guys, such as myself and others, that either volunteer your money or your time, like Tailor Made Dreams and Mr. Flip Flop and DR, volunteering in the community. We may not be giving back to the black community in the States, but we do help the community, including black communities around the world. And if we don't give back, one of the things that many of you do, you set a positive example of what it is to be black to the rest of the world. See, the rest of the world only see black Americans as hip hop and fashion and style. That's it. They see our women as twerking and throwing their butt up in the air. That's it. All you sisters in Cartagena. But there are those of us who are black men that showcase a positive example of the American black man to the world. And we don't have to be stuck in the United States with picket signs and marches yelling kumbaya in order to show the world that there are some good black people. We can show it by example everywhere we go. So no, it is not our responsibility. And I'll say this again, as a passport bro, don't you ever walk around, feel guilty, feel bad, because if somebody, the George Floyd situation, guess where I was? In Colombia. What could I do for the George Floyd situation from Colombia? Oh, I saw America. America was mad. Blacks, whites, everybody was pissed. What could I do? What about the deaths of the people that got deleted, or the men and women that got deleted in East St. Louis? I was here in Colombia. What could I do? Some of you dudes were on the other side of the world when all that went down. What could you have done for the black community while you were on the other side of the world? Nothing. You are free from every time something happens to somebody in the States. It's your black responsibility. That ain't your job. That is not our job. I am not going to, dude, when these cameras go off, there's not one, I feel sad. Yes, because a life was lost or a false arrest. I'll pray for the families. Yes, I would. I'll pray for that person if it was a false arrest. Yes. But as far as me getting back on a plane and going back to the States and fighting for the rights of them, no. Them days done. They gone. No. I'm not. No. You don't feel that's a freedom that you have that you don't realize you have, passport bros. The ability to walk away. It is not your responsibility anymore. It's your job to be a positive example around the world. But you do not have the responsibility of going back to the States and rescuing everybody in the States. No. Don't you ever let somebody make you feel guilty because of that. Shout out to you brothers in here tonight. The great one is in the building. Shout out to you, brother, for being here. He said, hola. He said, my brother. He said, salute. Sounds like the mic. Oh, yeah, the mic was off. Yeah. LS is in the building. Shout out to you. He said, is this a real question? I know, right? But hey, she did the video for it. So we're about to get started in a few minutes because I don't want to take too long because I know it's going to be I know some of you guys got to go. Said the Lux perfume is out of stocks. Is it? Let me see which one that I have down there tonight. Yeah, I need to get that tuxedo. I'm jealous. I can't get that the tux down here for nothing. And they got it in Walmart for. I'm looking at. If you guys wonder what I'm looking at, I'm looking at the colognes that we have underneath the video for sale this week that you guys can get on discount. I put some discount colognes up there, and one of them is the tux. Man, I wish I could get the tux down here. It's only for $20. Oh man. The tux is the clone of the elegant cologne tuxedo. And man, I'm telling you, it's a good one. It's a good one. Goodness gracious. I'm just looking. Yeah, no, it's $32. I wish. But you guys could take advantage of the deals. Only reason is because Walmart doesn't deliver here. So shout out to you for letting me know about that, about the Lux. Okay, I checked. My man Mark is in the building. Shout out to you being here. He said, sounds like you're talking into a cup, sir. Thank you very much for all you guys to let me know, as well as my man Kenny Peoples. Kenny was the one that turned me on to this video. Kenny's always sending me information. He's always sending me sound bites. Shout out to my man Kenny Peoples, always showing some love.
It feels so lovely to be here tonight. What a beautiful. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Give Kenny a round of applause.
And while you're in the clapping mood, I'd like to give a big round of applause to my band, Sexual Chocolate. Sexual Chocolate.
Give that applause to my man Kenny.
Man, don't you agree?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Kenny, for all that you do. Shout out to all you guys that are here. So let me get started. I'm gonna read the rest of these super chats, and then we're gonna get started with the video. I'm gonna change this music. Shout out to my man Hannibal in the building with the $10 super sticker. With the love of the game. Get that man a hand clap. For the love of the game. No comment. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Then we got my man Fernando. Fernando's in the building. He said Dominican dude stuck in Houston. Wishing he was in Bogota. DC Rob mentioned that Bogota for 2024 is ranked Number 5, the most what was it? The most it was about visitation. It was about vacationing. The most visited or most requested or most almost like what's recommended. That's it. Bogota, Colombia is the 5th most recommended country or city in the world for people to visit for 2024. Shout out to Bogota. And I'm telling you, every time we go, we do have a good time. I won't even lie. Go to Zone T. Go to Zone T. You can just Google Zone T. You can get Airbnbs and hotels in Zone T. There is so much going on in that area. Clubs after clubs, restaurants after restaurants, some of the best malls. Yeah. Bogota, Colombia is excellent. Okay, the camera went out. Okay, give me a second, guys, because I don't know what went wrong with the camera. Give me a second. How about I do this? How about I give us a break real quick?
Det var första gången vi möttes. Våra blickar bara möttes. Kommer du ihåg det igen? Kommer du ihåg det igen? Du vill ha ice little fingers. Då du vet det kalas. All in, ingen broms, schackmatt på din vänster hand. Du är så viktig baby. Ja, du är allians. Du är försiktig baby. Men du gav mig en chans. Det är 50-50 baby. Men det är balans. Jag växlar upp med dig baby. Ingen annan. Det var fan ingen dans på någon ros innan jag träffade någon som dig. Som dig baby. Det var fan ingen dans på någon ros innan jag träffade någon som dig. Du är mitt liv baby. Aldrig titta på någon annan. Varför du med annan? Kom var med mig baby. Aldrig lita på någon annan. Finns ingen annan jag vill ha min chockarina. Låsa och save ingen sinna. Jag kommer alltid ride with you. 100 gubbar klart die for you. Du är så viktig baby. Ja, du är allians. Du är försiktig baby. Men du gav mig en chans. Det är 50-50 baby. Men det är balans. Jag växlar upp för dig baby. Ingen annan. Det var fan ingen dans på någon ros innan jag träffade någon som dig. Du är mitt liv baby. Det var fan ingen dans på någon ros innan jag träffade någon som dig. Du är mitt liv baby. Visa mig vart du finns. Du kommer väl till min city? Nej, jag vet att det finns. Kom det är bra lives and all nights, yeah. Jag vet att jag min ni kör det. Har en social smart good lady. Jag tvivlar det. Visa mig vart du finns, yeah. Det var fan ingen dans på någon ros innan jag träffade någon som dig.
Okay, guys, give me a second. Getting everything in order. See, we struggle streaming. Thank you. Yeah, we are definitely struggle streaming. We're going to be using the second camera. Glad I already had the second camera set up, but we're going to be using the second camera tonight. I think it's because the other camera is still on. The other camera is still on. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, for real. Usually on for 3 hours, Wakanda. I'm usually on for 3 hours. Shout out to you guys that have been patient with you, boy.
You better back the fuck up out my
In Detroit,
face,
boys. Shout out to you guys.
Don't play
So I'm going to be
with me.
using this camera instead of this camera for a moment. It has to be the camera cord. It has to be that cord. And so I'm going to be going out to get another cord tomorrow morning. Yeah, thank you guys. And my mouse stopped working. Oh, yeah. This is going to be a fun one, but we're going to get this one in. We're going to get this one in. So let's get these videos pulled back up, and we're going to get started with the one with DC Rob.
First story, another foreign.
Before we go into the one with DC Rob, shout out to all you guys that are here. Let's hit these super chats once again. Then I'm going to change the music, turn the music down a little bit. Shout out to my man Philip in the building. Shout out to you being here, kind sir. And thank you guys for being patient with me in regards to the, let me turn this light down just a little bit. I look a little better with the light dimmed just a bit. Shout out to you guys for being patient with me in regards to the camera, but that's why you want to have a second camera set up, just in case, just in case. Shout out to you guys. All right, my man Uriah's in the building as well. Shout out to you. Salute Dre and to everyone in the chat. And I don't know why I keep trying to move this mouse as if it's working. Shout out to you. And let's scroll back up. My man Evan is in the building, always representing. He say, not my obligations, not my responsibility, not my problem. No, it's not our problem. He said, I live life on my own terms. I'm going to keep traveling to Latin countries for vacation, and I hope one day to move to a Latin country permanently in the future. He's absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. He owes no man. No man does he owe. He's absolutely correct. He's not indebted to anyone. It's not one of those situations, and I know you guys can see the noise and the white noise in the background. Let me see if I raise the light up. That'll help with the white noise. Nope, that doesn't help with the noise either, but it makes me look brighter. Let me see if I turn this light out. I'm trying to get the best visuals as possible. Oh, that helps a little bit, but absolutely correct. He's absolutely correct. And once again, shout out to Philip Scott being here and Uriah. Let's get started with this video coming from DC Rob. And with the video, DC Rob is going to be discussing two things. The first thing he's going to discuss, let me change the music. First thing that DC Rob is going to be discussing is he's going to be talking about how, once again, somebody got turned away trying to come into Colombia, and you are officially on that list, which is called the Angel's Wish List. And what it is Angel was a young lady that came up missing. And they create, it's like the Amber Alert, but this is like the Angels List. So this is different. So we kind of slowed the music down just a tad bit. And let's get ready to hear what DC Rob has to say. And then after that, he talks about another subject that's going to be very important to many of us that travel. So let's get started with this one with DC Rob. Put me over here. Oh, let me put me down here. There we go. Let's get started.
Foreigner was inadmissible to Colombia for being an alleged S offender. When he tried to enter the country through the El Dorado airport in Bogota, the immigration authorities alerted about an alleged S offender who was reported on the Angel watch list. The man was denied entry into the country. Once the officer or Immigration Colombia has the information that a S predator is coming to our country, he immediately, through our Strategic Information Analysis Center, proceeds to inform the checkpoint, in this case at the El Dorado airport, to do that at the indicated time through the airline. This person is inadmissible because the causes of inadmissibility are established in our law, and our officers are guarantors that those S predators reported by the United States government through its Angel Watch network and another agency that reports to us, we do not let them enter, Hernandez said. Thanks to the exchange of information with international agencies, during 2023, 5,600 foreigners were not admitted by Migración Colombia.
We're going to stop right there for a split second, guys. 5,600 guys coming to Colombia were not admitted. Why is that? Because you are on that list. You're on that angel's wish list. If you're a person that, come on, let's be real, guys. We're grown folks. It's late at night. We ain't got no time to be playing around. If you know that you're the type of guy that you ain't about, you're not right. Whether you did something, not now, mind you, we all know that there are circumstances that aren't fair when it comes to this listing, because there were guys that were dating a young lady when he was 17 and he turned 18 and she was still 17 or 16. They were still kids, but the parents didn't like the young man and got the young man put on that list. I understand circumstances like that occur. Don't get me wrong. But when it comes to when you are in, even though you're on that list and it may seem unfair, there are more individuals on that list who are adults that mess with young children. And now when you try to come to Colombia, you can. You can. Like I mentioned earlier, Colombia might not be able to stop guys from doing pay for play. Got you. No problem. Understood. But guess what Colombia can do? They can stop you from bringing your black tail and your white tail up in this country. Bet that. Bet that. Put some money on that. They may not be able to stop you from when you get here, finding you a young lady that you can pay for. If you get scammed, that's on you. If you don't, that's on you. But they can stop you from coming into the country. And that's where the crackdowns are coming. And I'm letting you guys know now, for you guys that think that you're sliding by, 5,600 guys last year thought they could slide up into Colombia, and they're not. But now this year, they're televising it. They're putting it in the newspapers. They're letting you guys know. Remember what I said? 2024 January, all new mayors throughout Colombia. Is not like the United States. United States gets their mayors separately. Colombia gets their mayors at the same time on the same day after the same elections. So every city got a new mayor for the most part. And they had a meeting and they said enough is enough. And they are cracking down, guys. So if you think this is a game, the next group that's going to get got is you guys that got domestic violence on your record. Because if you're crazy enough to put your hands on a woman in your country, they think you're crazy enough to put your hands on a woman in their country. I'm going to tell you that again. If you crazy enough to be in a relationship and you got into a back and forth scuffle with your woman, whether it was your fault or not, if it's on your records, guess what? Colombia is going to be coming after you next. You think this a game? All you dudes that like to put your hands on women, or here we go. Let's not even go there. All you dudes that like y'all women a little bit crazy. Let's say this again. All you dudes, you know, Laquana, she ain't a bad girl. She just crazy. You know, I was 25 when I was with her. I'm 35 now, you know. But she was crazy. We was always in a fight about something. She was a little jealous. All you dudes that like them little jealous women and them crazy chicks because the sex is crazy, cool. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Guess what? You gonna end up on that list. Remember, they said angels wish list and other lists that they're using to keep guys from coming into Colombia. So you may not be on the list for the little kids or for the teenage kids, but you might be on the list for domestic violence. So guys, be careful. And if you know that you might be on that list, you taking the gamble to come in, be ready to have some extra money for when they turn you around and all your little Airbnb money gone. It's gone. Remember, Airbnb says you got 24 hours before you get in to get a refund. And if you do get a refund, it's never a full refund. It's like 40% off refund. Why am I letting you guys know this? Why is DC Rob letting you guys know this? Because Colombia is not playing with us anymore. They already gave us a couple years of guys getting scammed and deleted. Now they're like, enough is enough. And Colombia had a record of visitations last year. 7,500,000 people came to Colombia and said, this is a place that I want to visit and enjoy. Do you think that these people are going to let you come here and mess it up for them because of your past? And you know who the number one snitch is. We got 86 people in the building. Click that like button. I like you. Make sure you like us too. I'm using the other camera tonight because I'm having some difficulties with this camera. Still looking good. Damn it. This camera's still looking good. I wish I could get this camera working. But at the end of the day, do realize they're not playing anymore. This is not a game because there's too much money at stake. There's too many things that could happen to you or to happen to somebody else. So yes, Colombia is cracking down. Let's look at the next thing that DC Rob has to tell us about what's taking place in Colombia right now. Because there's a lot of things that are going on that you guys need to know about. And this is getting serious.
Okay, in Cartagena, they found foreigners with irregularities in their documentation in Cartagena. The Secretariat of the Interior and Citizen Coexistence continues to exercise control in the different streets and squares of the historic center of Cartagena. In the most recent operation, 5 foreigners were found with irregularities in their identification documents, who were taken to the police station. With the support of Migración Colombia, their documentation was analyzed, and it was confirmed that one of the foreigners was carrying a false ID, for which a deportation process will be opened. 3 other foreigners were detained by the authorities for carrying out economic activities in the historic center with a tourist visa, and 1 more did not carry any identification document. In these cases, Migración Colombia will initiate the respective deportation process. The authorities will continue to carry out daily checks in the tourist areas of the city to guarantee compliance with the rules and comprehensive protection of the community.
Yeah, fellas, before we go to our girl, Charzay, like I mentioned to you guys before, the block is hot. The block is hot, fellas. I hope my mic sound good. Let me know if my microphone sound good, guys. Put a 1 in the comment section if the mic is up to par. I know video is not the best tonight, but at least we got to have some good audio. So let me know if I have good audio this evening. Shout out to you guys once again. Put a 1 in the comments. Okay, thanks, Fernando, for letting me know. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Drew. Thanks, DJ. Shout out to you guys. Okay. So, and I'm gonna get this mic set up, just this camera set up to where it's a clear camera. So I have at least 2 cameras, just really good cameras, just in case something happens. Shout out to you guys, Nordine and Uriah and Hannibal and Tiger Blood. Shout out to all you guys for letting me know. Thanks, Dre. Okay. So when it comes to coming here to Cartagena, remember I said they're cracking down, and some of you guys think it's not fair. You're a man. Life ain't fair. It's not fair what they're doing. You're a man in another person's country. Life ain't fair in your own country. How do you think life's supposed to be in another country? Life ain't fair to us in America. How you think life's supposed to treat you in another country? These guys have fake documents just to get into Colombia. These aren't the Venezuelans trying to walk through Colombia with a fake document. These aren't people coming from Africa trying to go through Colombia to get to Panama, to get to Central America, to get to the States. No, and people do that. There are people that come all the way from Africa to go all the way through South America, to go through all the way through Central America to get into the States all the time. These are people such as Europeans, Canadians, and Americans. It's us, guys, of those 5 people that they stopped. And then 1 or 2 of them have fake documents, and 1 of them have no identification on them. Wait a minute. Don't we always say, take a photo, at least have a photo of your passport in your phone? You ain't got nothing. Oh, you just think when I see, And then y'all wonder why I always mention we treat other people countries like rental cars. We think that we can do anything with it and just give it back. We can't do that. I'll say that again, gentlemen. We can't keep coming to these countries. Well, I'm going to DR. Okay, cool. You think DR ain't gonna one day have a crackdown on some of the stuff that dudes do if they bring that behavior from Colombia to DR? You think DR gonna let you get away with that? You know Thailand ain't gonna let you get away with it. If you ain't got a sponsor, you can't get into Venezuela like that. So you go run to Brazil, huh? You go ahead and take that behavior that you have here to Brazil. Watch what happens. You just think Brazil's supposed to be stupid, huh? You think Brazil's supposed to be Tom Tucker, that dumb mother, huh? Okay. Okay.
I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay.
Let's continue on with the video. Shout out to my man, Terrell, once again, the Detroit boys. He says this. Let me look over here at this one, a lot larger for me. He says, good evening, everyone. Oh, here we go. He said, good evening, everyone, and the chat. He said, good evening, chat, and big bro. He said, I just was talking about this guy from DC Rob video yesterday at the Miami airport. He told me that he got denied and was held for 12 hours. Didn't know why. I recognized the clothes. Wow, that's crazy. So you recognize this guy from DC Rob's video. You recognize him. He said, listen, I'm on my way to enjoy my vacation. He said, I see this guy. He gets detained 12 hours. Fellas, some of y'all not only can't get in Colombia, many of us, we don't belong in Colombia. You ain't built for this country. I'm built for wherever I want. Yes, take your passport, go somewhere else. All you're going to do is embarrass yourself. That's all you're going to do. According to what Colombia is doing, a crackdown. They are not playing. You just looked at a crackdown in Cartagena on guys not having the correct identification. You just saw a crackdown on Medellin, and throughout Colombia, they've already said that 2023, they turned away 5,600 people for being on that list, the Angels wish list. I'm telling you guys, and the next group that's coming down the line, the turnpike, all you domestic violence dudes. Because statistics already showed, I looked it up today, statistics already show 28% of all pay-for-play women endure domestic violence from foreign men. I just looked it up a couple hours ago. 28% of all pay-for-play in Colombia. 70% doesn't even get reported to the police. But when they did a behind-the-scenes survey, 28% of these women are saying that y'all putting your hands on them in ways that y'all didn't pay for. Nothing wrong with pay for play. Allegedly, that's correct, Fernando. Allegedly, 28% of y'all putting your hands on these women, and men that put hands on women, part of that domestic violence list. Because if you beat on women in your country, you will beat on women in another country. If you're a grape a woman in your country, you see where I'm going with that? I'm telling you guys in advance. You know how you try to help people save face? I'm trying to help a lot of our brothers save face. Don't come to Colombia. Find another country that's going to let you come through with your passport and have a good time. You got over 190 plus countries to enjoy, brother. You don't have to come to Colombia. You go to other countries. Go to Argentina. Go to Chile. Go there. But I'm telling you, Colombia is not playing anymore. They can't stop you guys from getting got because you pay for play, but they can't stop you from coming into the country. Oh, yes, they can. Let's get ready to go to the next video. Shout out to you guys. Let me make sure I got all the super chats. Shout out to you guys. before we go to the next one. Shout out. Oh, Fadi's in the building. Shout out to you, brother, for being here. He says, simply put, their country, their rules. Their country, their rules. That's the one thing that we all have to admit as passport bros, no matter where we go, Blue Book gentlemen, no matter where we go, we got to follow the rules of that country. It might not be what we like. Listen, I was talking to a friend yesterday. All of us were sitting around just enjoying ourselves drinking. And she asked me, she said, in the United States, would we be able to ride motorcycles through traffic like we do here in Colombia? I said, no. I say the way that y'all ride down the yellow line and y'all jumping between cars and all that. I say the United States, that would be, if you saw somebody do that in the United States, driving all up on the sidewalk and everything, that person could videotape that and go viral. Oh my God, look, he's all on the sidewalks. He's riding in between cars. He's reckless. When in most of the world, that's called regular everyday driving to work. My point is, if she was in the States riding up on moto, if my other partners were in the States riding their motos, they couldn't ride. They had to follow United States rules. Their country, their rules. He's absolutely correct. He said she might be considered a puta in her community, but let a foreigner put his hands on her. She the beloved. That's right. A beloved sister, and will act like it. Yes. A Colombiana might not be nothing, a piece of trash. A slow girl and a hoe girl to the local Colombian men. But let them find out that one of y'all put your hands on her. And then you're going to see what happened. You better be happy that the mayor is protecting a lot of dudes. Because let everyday Colombian dudes find out that some of these dudes are on that angel's wish list and they coming into Colombia. Let the public find out. Let them find out how public records work and how to be able to Google stuff, public records in the United States, and see you coming down these streets. Okay. Y'all think this is a game. They're serious. But let's get ready to get back to the next one. Uriah says they pretty much do it. They pretty much do it on scooters in Brooklyn. Yeah. Not that they're in the States. E-Man says, he says they're not making it out of the country. No. I've seen too much street justice here. I thought I saw street justice on TV. Colombia got street justice. Like police will stand right there and let you get deceased by the public just for even trying to snatch a purse. And if they'll do that to a regular Colombian. But let's get back here, because the video that we're about to watch is it the responsibilities of the Passport Bro movement to save the Black community by bringing other women or Black women that are traditional back to the United States? Is it our responsibility? No. And we're going to hear what she has to say about this. She's always supported the Passport Bro movement and Black male media. So let's hear what she has to say.
Hey everybody. So I wanted to share a tweet that I did a couple of weeks back that actually got really, really good feedback. And it was over this question on whether or not Black American men are looking to rebuild Black America with a new set of women, specifically foreign women or non-Black women. Now, y'all know this has been an ongoing discussion over the last few years, in particular, especially since the Passport Bros really, really gained popularity and started getting some mainstream focus. And so I was curious to know really what percentage of Black men, or how many Black men have this sentiment? Is this an overwhelming majority? Is it safe to say that almost all Black men are trying to go abroad and find foreign wives, or is it just a small minority? And so I asked this question, and I wanted to share some of the feedback because I think it'll give you a good indication as to what actually might be going on. Now, to be clear, obviously this wasn't a scientific study, right? So I'm not saying this is a perfect representation of how all Black men feel, but I do think it gives us some good insight as to what's going on. So if you look at my tweet, I asked, Black American men only, do you want to rebuild Black America with a new set of women? Those who are not Black American, right? And so
let's like she just said, she's sent out a survey on her, fair use. She sent out a survey on her on her ex Twitter. Do you want to rebuild Black America with a new set of women, those who are not Black American? Translate. Is it the passport bros' responsibility to bring women back from other countries, foreign women, that are traditional, that are good, that are cooperative? Is it our responsibility to bring our women back to the United States to set an example to other women on how Black women should act? Shout out to my man Razor Ray in the building. How Black women should act. I say no. It is not our responsibility. And as you guys can tell, I'm using the opposite camera, even though this camera is still looking great. And even though this camera is still looking great, it's not our responsibility. No, you guys are absolutely correct. There is no way we're supposed to sit back as guys that travel. We're supposed to sit back and feel the weight of the responsibility of whatever's taking place in the dating and mating arena in the United States. Let's look at it for what it is, guys. Statistically, it's already showing, and there's so many videos that are out on it. Women statistically in the United States don't even want to get married. A lot of our sisters don't want to get married. They want to throw their coochie around. Yes, they didn't say they didn't want to have sex. Oh, y'all thought because they said they didn't want to get married that they don't want to have sex. Oh no. Remember, women in the United States right now, they're at that point of share bear. They have no problem with sharing a man, sharing a bed, sharing a lover, and also don't want to get married. They have no problem with that. And this is not a put down on sisters. We're not one of those channels. We're just talking cameras off, statistical facts. A lot of women statistically in the United States say, I'm off marriage, I miss independent, I don't need no man. Okay. But then there are a lot of women that are from, so they're expecting us to bring our traditional women from Brazil, from Africa, to bring them from Colombia, from DR, from Thailand, from the Philippines, and bring them back to the States to show an example to others in our Black community. Ladies, this is how you're supposed to act. Men are getting married. You should think about getting married too. Hell no. What's rule number 1? What's order 66 of Star Wars? See what I'm saying? Don't bring them back to the States. Do we know successful couples that have been successful after bringing their woman back to the States? Yes, I know a few brothers in some amazing marriages after bringing their wives back to the States. But that's not the norm. And you know this channel focuses on the norm, what normally happens. What normally happens is the female, once she gets her either green card or she gets your money or she gets all her family over to the United States, because she's going to start bringing her mama, her cousins, her uncle. I got a story for you. True story. White dude. Sorry, white brothers, this on you. White dude has good money. Marries Colombiana. Takes Colombiana, mama, cousin, kids back to the United States. He hires the cousin to be one of his gardeners, to take care of the yard, the landscaping, along with the rest of the landscaping team. Spoils mama, raises the child as his own. Child is about to enter into college. He's about to pay for college and everything. Come to find out, after all those years of being with him in the United States, did you know who the baby daddy is? Who had been smashing the wife the whole time? That wasn't her cousin that he brought over from Colombia to go into the United States. That was her child's father, who said, lie to the American, tell the American that I'm your cousin, not the baby daddy, not your boyfriend. We'll get to the United States. Me, your mama, and our son will live off of this rich American. And that's exactly what they did until they found out the truth. And that is a normal story. The success stories about guys taking women back to the States, we know that happens, but it's not the norm. It's not the norm. Normally, it doesn't work out. Normally, they don't stay together. They end up breaking up like Sonny and Cher. Okay? Okay. Let's hit these super chats real quick, and then we're going to go to some of the comments. Then we'll go back to the video. So, yes, it is not our responsibility to bring our good women back. Ain't no what, bruh, ain't no way me and Andrea will visit the United States all the day long. But live in the United States? You think I'm going to bring my traditional wife back to that mess? Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. That'll never happen. Shout out to, let me scroll down. Brooklyn Tail in the building. He said, riding a motorcycle 3 deep. Yeah, that's in Colombia. You see that all the time with the baby. Yep. All the time. You see that in South America. You see that in India. You see that in Southeast Asia. Only in the Western world can you not ride a baby along with the mama and 2 more kids on a motorcycle. It's the craziest thing, man. I kid you not. And the dog be on the front. And the dog. Once again, shout out to Razor Ray being in the building. Shout out to you being here, brother. Appreciate you being here. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Razor Ray's channel. Razor Ray's channel is the YouTube Jerry Springer. You know how Jerry Springer used to be never start the mess. You can't say Jerry ever started an argument. He ever put out something that was false about somebody. He never caused guys or the audience to get angry. Jerry just put out a topic and let him run with it. And he was always soft-spoken and laid back. So it is with Razor Ray. I don't know how he has that special ability, but he does, and you will be entertained. You will be entertained. And all the madness that takes place, not one time can anybody ever say Razor Ray started it. Nope. And that's why I consider him the Jerry Springer of YouTube, because he mild-mannered, laid-back, cool brother. Never starts it, but it's a show every time you watch his channel. So make sure you guys subscribe to Razor Ray's channel. He's a good dude. Salute to you. And that $6 will definitely buy me some cerveza here in Cali, Colombia. Shout out to you, brother, for being here. And my man in the building. Let me see who we got. Oh, man, let me see if I can prompt it. Unclee Luke. It looks like, okay, Unclee Luke 1980. I hope I pronounced your name correctly, brother. Unclean Luke 1980. He says, do you think it's time to advocate for marriage, for long-term relationships in Colombia? Colombia is more of a, it's kind of funny that you would say that only 20% of Colombians are married. I'll say that again. Colombia divorce rate is only 9%. Only 20% are married because Colombia is a common law country. United States, we have common law states here and there, but most of our states aren't common law. Colombia is a common law country. And this is a tip. I'm glad you said that, brother. I'm going to get back to the rest of your question. For those of you guys that don't know, here in Colombia, if you are living with a woman 2 years, y'all talking like y'all boo, you sitting up there going on YouTube talking about my wife, she's introduced you to her friends as husband, guess what? You married. But we didn't go down to the courthouse. You married. But she ain't got no ring. You married. All the responsibilities that I got for Andrea, now your happiest guy. If you are living in under the same roof with a woman in Colombia for 2 years and you guys are walking around like you are as if you were a married couple and everybody else treats you like a married couple, you ain't got to be married in Colombia. You married. I'm going to tell you something else. In Colombia, the family will tell her if you go over to his house, or let's say you got an apartment down here. You got your apartment, piece of property, you're doing good. And you got your nice little something with you. She's 30, but here in Colombia, she's not married. She's probably going to be living with her parents, right? If she stays with you, I kid you not, overnight, like 4 or 5 times, Colombian mama will tell her, don't come back home. It will tell you she's yours. Oh, she ain't gonna disgrace our name by coming back and forth. Like she'll sleep in your Airbnb or or in other words, your apartment, but then she comes home to go to work. Colombian mothers will tell you, she's all yours. You slept with her in your Airbnb 5 times, not your Airbnb, I'm sorry, but in your apartment since you live here, you slept with her 5 times, she's yours. She stayed overnight in your house 5 times, she's yours. This is a common law country. This is common law country, folk. So that's how it works here in Colombia. Kid you not. Good question. So they don't necessarily have to advocate for the official marriage like Andrea and I have. They don't have to advocate for it as much because it's a common law country. In other words, that is that woman's man. That is that man's woman. They got 2 or 3 kids together. I know common law couples, they've been together 30 years. Ain't jumped no broom, but they're common law couples. I know some of you guys are wondering why Andrea using this camera instead of this camera. I'm having issues with the cord on this camera, so that's why I'm using this one right here. But yeah, kid you not, guys. Kid you not. The rest of your statement is, he said, I've been thinking for quite some time that we need to change our image abroad. I'll tell you something. In all sincerity, I agree with you, but I'm going to add to that. We need to change our televised or broadcasted image abroad. We as black men, our image abroad is about as bad as women twerking in the States. Passport bros we do have a positive moniker or example, but some of us run around like we sexy red. Oh, I'm supposed to lie? I forgot. This is the point. I'm supposed to tell a lie. Let me think about it. I got to think of a lie to tell y'all. I ain't got one. A lot of us televise some trashy stuff on YouTube, on TikTok, and Instagram, but then you want to be respected as a positive black man around the world. And I'm going to tell you something else to kind of like to bounce on what my brother was saying. We do need to change our image, our televised or our TikTok or Twitter image. That's why I have respect for dudes like Austin Holloman, who realized, okay, I was portraying one image at one point in time. Now it's time for me, as I mature, now it's time for me to change my image up. I appreciate that about Austin. And a lot of other guys changed their images over the years. But I can say this with all conviction, off cameras. There are so many married brothers in the passport bro movement. It's crazy how many dudes I know that are either married or in healthy, solidified relationships around the world, even though they aren't married. So not everybody's going to be married, but I tell you, it's a whole pool of us that got kids, responsibilities. We pay taxes. We got insurance. We got life insurance. We got vehicles. We own properties. Off camera, it will amaze you how many brothers I meet that's been down here 25, 30 years. Happy families, or guys that been down here 5, 6 years and they got them a girlfriend that they've been dating for about a good 3 years and they're a happy couple. But they don't go on camera. So the knucklehead Pookie, and they run the Razor Ray channel, shout out to Rays, and act a fool. But the positive brothers like you, brother, they really get on camera. They really want to get on camera. They just want to live their lives as passport bros, which is really cool. He said, we complain about the 304s in the United States, but don't change also. And that's what I mentioned. Many passport bros and expats and travelers act like Sexy Red because they treat everything like it's a rental car. You're absolutely correct, brother. I agree with you. But that's on camera. But when these cameras go off and you live here, you start to meet all these brothers, blacks and whites and Latins and others from other countries that have moved to these countries, and the healthy relationships that they're in, it will amaze you how many of us are in healthy relationships. I'm gonna say something else. It will amaze you guys how many dudes ain't never paid for play. See, that's what's surprising for a lot of dudes. It will amaze you, even though I'm not anti-pay for play. Don't get me wrong. Grown man, do your thing. But what I'm saying is there are some guys that are like me that came down here, and when we met women organically. And that's how we did it. We didn't have to go to brothels or to under the clock tower or to a Parque Aires. We didn't do that. And I meet so many dudes. It's like, Dre, that was never my thing. So many dudes. But they don't go on camera talking as much as the dudes that do go pay for play all the time, or the dudes that do get drugged or get scammed or get robbed. So that if I didn't live here and I didn't meet so many guys, I probably think that, most of our image was negative off camera. But off camera, I can tell you this. Most of our images is positive. Most of our image is positive. Now, if you're in Medellin, remember Medellin is the Las Vegas of Colombia. Not as far as gambling, but as far as all the things, what happens in Medellin stays in Medellin type of atmosphere. So I'm not talking about just Medellin. I'm talking about, throughout the whole country, some positive dudes, man, lives everywhere. They will amaze you all the spots that you will meet a brother. And you be like, what you doing here? What are you doing here? Like, okay, all right, I'll see what you're doing, brother. And then they introduce me to their girlfriend or their wives. Shout out to you. Yeah, hey, Rays, do me a favor. Drop the link to your channel, too. And anybody that's a YouTuber, you already know, if you come on this channel, if you are a positive YouTuber, now, if you're a troller and all that stuff, don't drop a link, man. But if you are a positive content creator, you're trying to grow your channel, we got 105 people in here that could click on the subscribing on your channel. Even if you get another 10, 20 subscribers, that's 10, 20 more that you didn't have before this live stream. So drop the link to your channel so we can subscribe and support Black Male Media. Shout out to my man Neo in the building. Yes, sir. He said, just a high value selfishness here in America. Yep. He said, just high value selfishness. Yes, that's kind of funny. I like how you word that. Not high value man or woman, just high value selfishness. It's all about me, me, me. It does seem like that in the States quite a bit lately. Shout out to my man Rays once again. Thank you for the support of another good beer. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop the link to your channel, Rays. Let's get back to the video. Is it our responsibility? This is the question that she asked, guys. to Black American men only. Do you want to rebuild Black America with a new set? A new set of women. These women in the United States, they ain't cutting it. We see what's going on, fellas. So a woman is asking, do you want to rebuild Black America with American women? Nope, she didn't say that. She said with a new set of women. And according to her video is foreign women, those who are not Black American. Foreign women. Are you men willing to do that? Bring your women back to the United States to help the community. Let's continue on with her video.
We see some of the first comments. It says, yes and no. Yes, in the sense that it would probably be easy to do so. Full disclosure, my wife is Jamaican, with no Black women who aren't American given the current state of affairs between us, which has no signs of improving. No, in the sense I would rather it be my own. Okay, so something that I kind of noticed, a person who would prefer to be with his own women, who feels he has no choice but to date abroad. And, you know, he's not the first one who feels this way. Like I've talked to, or I've heard from multiple men who have, you know, said essentially this, that they would prefer to be with American women. They prefer to be with Black American women specifically, but just are having a hard time finding, you know, marriage-minded women in their own community. Here's another one. It says, I'm prior military, and in that line of work, we have rescue and recovery operations. Rescue has survivors. Recovery is about collecting bodies. I think we're in recovery versus rescue. I don't think most of us can or should be saved at this point, and doing better means accepting that with Black women who aren't American. And so, again, yeah, similar things that I heard. Some men hold the view that, look, Black America is past the point of no return. Or specifically Black American women. And in order to keep a thriving Black America, you're going to need an infusion of other cultures that are not exclusively American, whether it be from the Caribbean, whether it be from Africa or Latin America, right? But in order to keep Black America thriving and well, you're going to need this infusion from other outside influences. He is
let's let her finish.
Not the first person that I've talked to on that.
So she said that's not the first person that she's spoken to in regards to that there's going to be have to be an influx of women from another country impacting Black America in order for things to improve in the United States. You see how Black women talk to our island sisters already, while our island sisters, soon as they come on, whether they be a Rihanna from Barbados, whether it be Chantel Simone from Jamaica, you see how dirty Black sisters from the States talk. You ain't no real Black, foundational Black. You ain't no real. She can have, this is the funny part. All you that walk around, running around talking about y'all foundational Black, do your bloodline first. What do you mean, Andre? If you so foundational Black, you trying to tell me that you ain't got no massa ain't touched none of your people. You telling me that your bloodline goes straight from Kunta Kinte all the way down now. Many people that yell foundational Black America moniker, they got about good, if you backtrack their family lineage, it's about 3 or 4 white people in there as well. It's about 3 or 4. All of us got about maybe 2 or 3 white people that's inside that blend right there. So you ain't all Black sometime. But y'all run around try to criticize. I'll say this again. Some of y'all that holler that think y'all from the descendant of Kunta Kinte, y'all got some Jamaica in there somewhere. There's a couple of the first generation Africa in there. Some of y'all got a couple of Irishmen in there. Some of y'all got, you see where I'm going with that? So while y'all running around crying about I'm foundational Black, my people come from, do your homework on your people first. Because I'm telling you, some of y'all gonna be surprised at who your great grandmama was. Straight full-blooded from St. Thomas. Your granddaddy, your great granddaddy was from the United States, but your great grandmama was from St. Thomas or St. Martin or St. Lucia. or from the Cayman Islands. That means that your 100% foundational black lineage only goes through your granddaddy and not through your granddad, your great granddaddy, but not your great grandmama. All right, Dave, I see your email. I mean, I see your message. I'll check the email right when I get done. Yeah, all of us aren't as pure. So that running around acting like all of us are FBA, that's not true. That's not true. There are very few of us left that got a pure 100% straight off the boat lineage that goes all the way down to you. Very few of us. Very few of us. Why did I bring that up? Because if we fellas, let's be real. If we bring these feminine, beautiful, energetic Afro-Latinas from Colombia, from DR, from Chile, from Brazil, to them 70% overweight women in the United States, Negro, you asking for hell on wheels. Your wife gonna be coming in every day, not mad at you, but mad at her female co-workers for being some hateful ass heifers. You know that, and I know that. If you think that you're gonna bring your gorgeous with that beautiful chocolate skin wife from Ghana, from South Africa, from Mozambique, from Rwanda, with that beautiful complexion, cocoa butter skin, that's used to catering to her man as well as cater to her family, and you gonna take her around them hateful heifers in the United States that hate each other. I'll say it again. They lie and sit up there and can't stand being around each other. I ain't got no female friends. I don't like to be around women. They gossipy. They can't stand being around each other. Your woman gonna come home every day with an attitude you ain't done nothing wrong, but them old hateful heifers mad at her because she got a cute Jamaican accent, or she got a cute African accent, or she from the Philippines where she's a darker complected Philippines, because I follow some of them on Instagram, the darker sisters with the more African descent, and will tell them, listen, our people in the Philippines, we got African blood in us too. What the fuck you talking about? And try to explain that. You're telling me that they expect us to bring black women back to the United States so they can spend the rest of our wives spend the rest of their lives trying to explain to black people in the United States that there are black people in Brazil, that there are black people in Colombia, there are black people in Argentina. Where you from, Argentina? No, you ain't. You can't be from Argentina. Why? You black. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. There's black people in Argentina? You can't be from Brazil. Why? You black. Wait a minute. What the? We got more black people in Brazil than the United States. What the? You can't be black. Why? I mean, you can't be from a Colombian. Why? Because you black. We got over 5-6 million black people in Colombia. What the? Your woman got to spend the rest of her life explaining to them hateful hoes in the beauty salon why she's black and she's Latin at the same time. These chicks don't even give grace, and I'm from Florida. These women in the United States don't even give grace to black Puerto Ricans, and Puerto Rico is a part of the province of the United States. It's right there, and let you be an Afro-Puerto Rican. Them sisters will eat you up, or eat them sisters up alive. I've dated enough black Puerto Ricans in the States, and I know the hell that they go through dealing with everyday obese women in the United States. Ain't no way in hell I'm gonna bring my woman back to the United States to put her through that hell. For the rest of her life, my woman gonna always look at me like, Andre, I thought you loved me. I thought you loved me. And for some of you guys, your woman will do the same thing to you. Baby, I thought you loved me. I do, baby. Then why would you bring me here to all these old hateful hoes? Why you bring me to a country full of hateful heifers? Spiteful. I'm not fat. I'm curvaceous. Why would you put me around a country where 70% of the women are obese? Why would you do that to me, baby? What, baby? I thought you loved me. Why would you take me to a country with all this bad traffic and women with all these bad attitudes and snapping necks? Now I see what you was talking about. Now I see why you came to this country and married me. But why would you bring me back? Ain't no way in hell I'm bringing Andrea to that bullshit. Y'all crazy. No. So let's get back to the video. We watched tonight's interview video. This is one of the few videos that all of us are going to watch for entertainment purposes only. Shout out to my man Jay for becoming a member.
It feels so lovely to be here tonight. What a beautiful.
Shout out to that brother, man. Let's give Jay his moment with the applause and all.
While you're in the clapping mood, I'd like to give a big round of applause to my band.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, brother, for joining. And thank you, Neil, for being a member. Yes, sir. Them hateful hoes. Yeah, man. They can't stand each other. You think, do you? Bruh. You see how fine them Dominican women are? Do you think that you're going to bring your fine Dominican woman to the United States around them hateful heifers and she ain't going to be stressed out, not because of the job. She loving the job. Not because of the United States. She loving the United States. She's loving her man. But them old hateful heifers in the United States. See, while y'all sit back and think, y'all like, if I bring her to the United States, she gonna change. No, she ain't. The only thing that she gonna change to is upset because you brought her around them old hateful ass women in the United States. She ain't gonna be befriending them hateful heifers. Like, oh my God, you're black and I'm black. American women don't do that. American women, we all know as black men, American women can't stand black women from other countries. They can't stand African women. They can't stand black women from Canada. They can't stand black Mexicans. They can't. They beefing on TikTok with black women from the UK. Don't let you have a sexy woman from the Caribbean and she black. Please, they don't even consider you black in the United States. You Caribbean. Wait a minute, I'm black too. They came to the islands before they came to your country. So yeah, all you dudes that sit back and think that your woman gonna change because she gonna be like the American women. No, she gonna come to America and she gonna spite the American women because of the evil that them women gonna try to bring down on your woman. And she gonna be like, I don't want to be here. Baby, why you don't want to be here? These old hateful heifers. You told me that the American woman cared about being black and it was black love and black woman magic. Shh, let your woman have a British accent. Let your woman have she black and she from France or Quebec and she got a French accent. Man, them American women will get on your woman's last mother. I can't stand it with her French accent, with her funny talking ass. Fuck that. Look at her, looking all all of us fat and overweight, and she got her nerve to be walking around here looking all sexy. And that's why she gonna leave her man when she get a green card. All type of shit. That's one thing I ain't never got to worry about when it come to Andrea. I ain't worried about if we lived in the States and American women changing her. I'm worried about if I take Andrea to the United States and American women get on her last goddamn nerve. That's what I think about. So, no, shout out to Theo being here. And don't let you bring your Japanese woman to the States. He said, yep, my Japanese wife hated how she was treated by black women. Hated it. Hated it. Your woman is not going to change because of you. She's not going to change because she's in America. She's going to change because she's got to be able to tolerate them hateful heifers that you brought her around. You did it. Talking about let's move to the States, baby, and you got her around all them bitter bitches. Y'all crazy. I ain't gonna never do that to my wife. Never. He said, I bring up traveling. Let me come over here and read this one. He said, I bring up traveling, and he said they slander the foreign women. Yes, they do. And the jealousy just shows up ASAP. ASAP it's going to show. When I go back to the States, the few times that I've been back, I rarely talk to anybody, and I really don't talk to black women. If you guys know I can talk. I'm as quiet as can be. When it comes to when my own sister asked me of certain things, oh, it's cool. Well, how about this? It's all right. What about that? It's fine. I don't share nothing because everything they want to say, they got a rebuttal for anyway out of bitterness. Out of bitterness. Let's get back to the video, and then I'm going to go back to any super chats that I missed or comments that I missed. Let's get back to the video, gentlemen.
Here's another one. It says, nah. It says we just need to find the like-minded women and start building. So you're seeing a little bit of pushback, right? You're seeing some dudes out there who are like, no, like I don't need to grab a passport. I just have to find the right women. And I've talked to men who actually still hold that to be true. Here's another one. It says, nope, the women here are enough. Let's be real. We are all impacted by systematic whiteness. Ain't nobody immune. Ain't nobody coming here to fix us, and we don't need him trying. We got. So here is another person, right? Here's another person who was saying, no. We don't need these infusions from different cultures. We don't need somebody. All we need is Black American women here. He is not the first one, obviously, to think that. Let's continue. Let's see some other stuff here. Says Black American men here, I would never replace our Black American queens with African women. There is no comparison. Absolutely not. So this person is saying no. This person is saying there is no replacement. I want to stick with the Black woman in America. So there you go.
There you go. You got a bunch of guys that saying that they want to stick with the sisters in the United States. Right? Nothing wrong with that. Once again, I'll say this. There is nothing wrong with brothers that want to stick with the sisters in the United States. I have nothing against that. More power to you. Even for guys that travel. If at the end of the day you travel and you're like, you know what? I'm here in the United States anyway. Let me go ahead and marry somebody in the States. That's a wise move. Nothing wrong with that. But yeah, you have fun with that. You have fun with them complications. You have fun with convincing these, because even if this, here's the part, there are some amazingly good couples, marriages in the United States. Cameras off, you can't beat it. But what do I always say that's not good in the United States? See, don't ever forget this part. The laws. The United States is a no-fault divorce country. You can find the perfect lady, but your ass better hope that you never get hit by those laws. You better hope in the United States you are one yawn away from losing half your shit. All she got to do is wake up in the morning with a yawn. I want a divorce. Half your shit and your kids gone, and your house gone. Attorney fees, alimony, child support. And if she doesn't remarry, a part of your Social Security she gets in the United States. The laws are against you when it comes to child custody. The laws are against you when it comes to equal fairness, when it comes to divorce. The laws are against you. I don't give a damn if a woman don't like me in the United States anymore. She could wake up in the morning and say it's over. Got you. She can wake her ass up in the morning, yawn, and say, Andre, I don't want to be with you no more. Got you. I have no problem with that. But what I don't like is the laws that are against me. If she ever woke up like that, you're queen, you're a princess, your regal wife who you love so much, you better hope that good woman don't ever wake her ass up 5 years from now, 25 years from now, and tell you, I am done with you. This marriage has run its course. I do believe. And she gulps and says, I want a divorce. And she gets an attorney, and you got to pay those attorney fees for the divorce. You better hope that shit don't. You better hope she'll never do that. Because when these cameras go off, that's the norm in the United States. Remember, I always say this channel, we only talk about what normally happens. What normally happens. And what normally happens in the United States, based on 51% divorce rate, is almost up to 56% divorce rate. You better hope that little precious thing that you think so, like she's just the sweetest thing, don't cause no trouble. But you better hope that she don't change over the years. Every day when you wake up in the morning as a married man in the United States, you are gambling with the laws, not the lady, the laws. Because no matter what, the laws will always be on her side. That's what you got to worry about. Damn, if you're going to find a good one or not find a good one. Are you going to find some good laws? Can somebody correct me on that one? Are some good laws in the United States out there to protect men when it comes to divorce, child support, alimony, and attorney fees? No good laws out there for men? Then why the hell are you getting married in that country? When you know it's a 51% chance that your happy ass gonna lose half, if not all of what you got. And why I say all? Because the other half of what you still got, you got to use that to rebuild a whole new life. Oh yeah, in many cases without your kids, because she gonna lie to the courts and you gonna lose your kids. You gonna get a few visitation rights, but she gonna still break those rules anyway. I don't want you to see your babies this weekend. How many times have we seen fathers that have legal visitation rights and the mother still withholds the children when it's his day to get the children? Y'all ain't got no laws. Talking about the ladies, man, fuck worrying about the ladies. I don't care nothing about how good your woman is in the United States. She'd never do that to me. You better hope. You better hope. Shout out to you guys. Let me scroll back up a little bit. Some of these comments. Shout out to you guys being here. There's one question I want to answer. Okay, I saw Theo's statements. Shout out to all you guys being here in the building. Shout out to Barry being here. Uncle Luke is in the building. Shout out to you, brother. Sean is in the building. Sean says, Andre, he said, I'm living in Arkansas with my Colombian wife and kids, and it's sad, but my black neighbors that live next door don't even wave and speak to us. I live in a middle class, educated neighborhood. Did this brother say his white neighbors? His Indian neighbors, East India. Got to be his Asian neighbors. Maybe he misspelled. He meant Asian neighbors, right? No, he said his black neighbors. The same ones that want you to march with them if there's a Trayvon Martin, those black neighbors. The same ones that sit back and say, well, we've improved. We play tennis and golf now. Those black neighbors. The same ones that talking about I'm independent and this black girl magic. Those black neighbors. You think I'm going to put my wife through that shit that my brother and his wife is going through, can't even speak, out of spite and jealousy? Well, you know, our next door neighbor, you know, he got that Colombian wife. Hell, will sit in their own houses, gossip, don't know you and your wife from Adam and Eve, and yet never speak to you to get to know how cool of a couple you guys are. This is America. Oh, that's the drop I need in here. This is America. Shout out to my brother. The chosen one is in the building. He said, good fucking luck with that. He said, I get it, but more power to them. He said, don't shame us for leaving though. Tone says, shout out to Antonio in the building. Tone says, he says, at the same time, you have those American foreign women too. I've had my run in with them as well. Yeah. Yep. When they Americanized, they think that they've made it. They think that they're better than the people back in their homeland, and they are asses. I know quite a few. When I was living, when you live in Florida, or Texas, or New York area, or California, you get a chance to, or Seattle, you get a chance to see foreign women come fresh off the plane or fresh off the boat, and maybe a year later, they're the biggest assholes you ever met from hanging around American women. Yeah. Or American women getting on their nerves, so they like, okay, forget about it. I'm gonna fight back. Shout out to my man Uriah. Make sure you guys sign up for the Black Manosphere Conclave. I'm telling you you guys are gonna enjoy it very much. It is going to be September 6th through the 8th. I'll be there speaking. Richie Mack will be there speaking. Quite a few. Shannon will be there speaking. Quite a few brothers. Obsidian Ali will be there speaking. Dennis Sperling will be there speaking. So there'll be a lot of guys. El Guapo and a bunch of us will be there speaking. Not only Theo Woff definitely will be there. Not only speaking, but also doing workshops that weekend. And then, like I always say, after the party, it's the after party. So yes, in Houston this September, guys, you'll enjoy yourself. United States of America 48th president. Shout out to you, kind sir, for being here before your election. He says, move in silence, be quiet if you are a very intelligent person. Yes. He said, yes, don't bring back your wife to the United States, keep her overseas. So stay greatness as a beautiful woman, or goodness as a beautiful woman. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, man. I remember I was here earlier, and just sitting here, just messing around with some things, and Andrea came in here with a fruit salad. And she had the dates off in there, and the bananas and everything. Just a nice little, not too big, just a nice little fruit salad. She had made herself a fruit salad, and so she said, "Let me make Andrea a fruit salad." And came in here with a fruit salad, and I thought to myself, I have never had one woman outside of my mother or grandmother ever sporadically bring me a meal or a snack sporadically, and I mean. It's not dinner time. It's not lunchtime. It's not time for breakfast. Just because she was making herself something and said, let me make something for my man. Not ever. I've had women, every once in a while make me a drink. But I kid you not, I've never had I've been here in Colombia for 6 years. I'm still getting used to how Colombian women treat us. Not just in Colombia, but women treat you guys in other countries, like in the Philippines, like in parts of Africa, like in other parts of South America and Central America, like in certain parts of Europe. Shout out to all you guys that are enjoying your lives in Germany and France and in Spain with good women as well as in Portugal as well. Shout out to all you guys that's out there in Thailand and enjoying good women, or in Malaysia. Because when you come to these Western countries like Australia, like New Zealand, like Canada, like parts of Mexico, and like the United States, bruh, you are not getting yourself a salad. Just a regular ass, cut up a banana, cut up some apples, put some dates in there, and hand it. You go get that. You think I'm gonna bring this goodness of just the little things back to the United States so American women can mess up my fruit salads? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Even though a fruit salad is something small, It's the point that somebody thought about you without you have to say anything. Man, listen. Shout out to my man 2 Night in the building. He said, let me look over here. He said, if you breathe wrong, they're filing for a divorce. The whole time, as you progress as a couple, there's always somebody, a male or female, whispering in your good woman's ear, you can do better. If you got a good man, you could go get a great man. If you got a greater man, you could go get the greatest man in the United States. There's always somebody whispering in your woman's ear that your happy ass can be replaced. It might not be today. It might not be in 5 years. And I hope you Americans who are there, I hope you guys' marriages last throughout a lifetime. I really do. I'm not hating on anybody's marriage because I wouldn't want anybody hating on mine. But I'm here to tell you, statistically, 51% of y'all, when this camera go off, your ass gonna end up in a divorce. That's statistics. That ain't Andre's opinion. None of that. We all know it. As soon as you get ready to put that ring on her finger, your happy ass know before you even put that power ring on her finger, all you Power Rangers, you know you got a 51% chance that her ass gonna put you through the ringer, and yet you still slide that ring on her finger. I don't see how y'all be doing that yet. I don't see how y'all do it, man. David says, my oldest son is married to a hyena. Won't let him bring back my grandkids to KC unless she comes. I'm coming. You can't take my kids. No, y'all got to deal with all that buzz. Oh, man. Yeah, okay. Because she wants you back, or she wants her grandson. I mean, you wants your son back. She thinks that even though they're married, that he might be going to Kansas City for other reasons. What other reasons? GJ says this. He said, hello, fellas. This is Glenn. Shout out to you, Glenn, in the building. We're about to get back to the video. Somebody asked a question that I want to give them the answer to it. Once again, shout out to Uriah for the super sticker, my favorite Bible name. Uriah was David's right-hand man. Cool dude, even though David set him up to get got. And Will says, this is the main reason many black female content creators think black women see black men as their property. They do. They think because they gave birth to us as men of color, therefore we owe them. We owe them loyalty. We owe them life. We owe them financially. They really do believe that. There are black women that even here in Colombia, as I walk around with Andrea, there are Afro-Colombians that are happy for us, and there are Afro-Colombian women that look at me like, oh, you were supposed to marry a sister. No, I was supposed to marry who the hell I'm supposed to marry. Statistically, it is a miracle for every human being that's ever been born on this planet. Statistically, it is a miracle for us to be even born at this time period where people live to be 70, 80, 90 years old, because less than 100 years ago, people only lived to their mid-30s. It is not my responsibility to give a damn about what a black woman or any other woman think if I marry in or outside of a race. And that goes for you gentlemen too. It is a miracle for us to be born at this time period where technology is advancing at the speed of light, and we're sitting back worrying about what somebody else got to say. So I'm supposed to marry a black woman for the public that doesn't even know me by name. Get the hell out of here. I'm with y'all brothers. He said, I remember one black female creator who said what who said, what do we do? Let me go over here. He said, I remember one black female content creator who said, what do we get for sending our black men to Japan? I remember that one because Japan was asking for black men to come to populate there. And then she was saying, what do we get for sending our, no, first of all, you ain't sending us nowhere. We ain't the military, we're free men. Secondly, you don't get a goddamn thing. Some of you brothers in the States, y'all still think that y'all owe sisters some shit, huh? No, I'm serious. Y'all on the wrong channel. Y'all need to go over to the pro-black, let freedom ring channels. Y'all need to go to them channels that's like pro-Africa, but ain't never been to Africa channels. It's amazing how none of us dress in dashikis, but you got all those channels that's African channels that love Africa, don't love Africans. How you gonna love Africa, but you don't love Africans? Yeah, y'all need to go to them channels. This channel is where black men can be free. I'm serious. I put no extra weight on us, mental weight on us that's necessary. And some of you brothers that are still in the States, y'all still think y'all old sisters. Well, your mama was black. Y'all have heard that. Your auntie was black. Your sisters are black. You telling me, I don't give a damn what complexion my mama and my sister were. I don't owe them. I live in this body. I don't owe nobody to marry or not marry somebody. I don't owe nobody. Dude, I could have been Captain Kirk and married somebody green. I don't give a damn about what nobody got to say about my green wife if I married somebody that was green. I'm Captain Kirk, damn it. I'm with anybody. I'll say that again. My wife complexion could have been any complexion on the planet. I'm like Captain Kirk in Star Wars. Anybody can get it. Any female of any complexion can get it. I'm Captain Kirk. So yeah, man, you guys don't owe anybody, man. Don't never let a woman, I'm not saying you're doing that, Will, but yeah, these women actually think that we're cattle or property. The question that I was looking for, I just couldn't find it. One of you brothers had asked me, does Colombia have a Costco-ish store? And the answer is that, shout out to Wakanda, he said, it's a gamble. He said, and I'm not willing to take being a foreign back to bring a foreigner or foreign woman back to the States. It's a gamble. Yes, it is. One of you asked me, is there a Costco-ish store in Colombia? Literally right around the corner. PriceSmart. PriceSmart is in DR. A lot of you guys from DR have seen this. PriceSmart is throughout the South America, as well as the Caribbean islands. It is nothing. It's actually, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's owned by Costco's. It is nothing but a Costco. The same warehouse, the same, get your membership, the same everything. It literally is the same building, same warehouse, same checkout, same gigantic carts, shopping carts, the whole thing. I often mention to you guys that there are very few stores that you guys have in the United States that we don't have here. You got Dollar Tree, we got Dollar City, same franchise. You got IKEA, we got IKEA. They got one in Cali, Medellin, and Bogota. You guys got Home Center, we got you guys got Home Depot, we got Home Center. Our malls in Colombia below the malls in the United States out the water. Anybody in the comment section can tell you that. The best mall that you've been to in the United States is trash compared to an average mall in Colombia. Medically, Colombia is superior. We already know that. Really? Yes. United States ranks number 69 for medical of 104 developed countries. Colombia, number 36. We already saw that they said Bogota is the most suggested of the that just came out. Bogota is the top 5 most suggested cities to visit in the world for 2024. Number 5. So yeah, America is a lot of stuff that they have there, brother. You ain't gonna miss nothing. Nothing. It's nothing that you got. Plus, we got Amazon delivered here. We got Amazon here. And Colombia has its own version of Amazon as well. That's why certain colognes that you guys can't get, I can get. And then there's certain colognes that you guys get that I can't get. So shout out to you guys. Let's get back to the video real quick.
Oh, no's. Y'all, it seems like there's actually a lot of no's. Here's another one. Nah, it says no, we good. That's F no. No, like y'all. So there's been actually
so guys, the no's that she's talking about are the guys that say no, we only want American women. We don't need women from other countries to help American the black community.
There is a lot of men out here who are not trying to grab their passports. That is what this is looking like. It says rebuild insinuates that there was something previously built from the history.
I want to say this real quick, guys. One of the reasons why a lot of guys are saying no, and a lot of you guys that have passports and have traveled, such as Razor Rays, can attest to this. The reason why so many men in the United States are saying no, we only need our black queens that are here. You know why? You know why? You guys know the answer. Because most black men in the United States ain't never been nowhere to compare American women to foreign women. They ain't never had no femininity in their lives. There's a few feminine women in the United States, but that's not the norm. We talk about the norm on this channel. But then when you go to other countries, femininity is the norm. But if you've never been there and you only drink the water with the dirt in it, shout out to Elijah Muhammad, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who said that if people only got the water with the dirt in it to drink, they're going to drink it anyway. In other words, those guys that are saying, no, all we need is our women that's in the United States. Of course, they're going to say that. You've never been to another country to compare women in the United States to. Now, ask a guy that's traveled. Most of us are going to say, now you're going to always have some guys that are going to say, you know, I like the women in the States. Nothing wrong with that. I'll say it again. Nothing wrong with that. But most of us are going to say, hell no, I wouldn't be with a woman. I wouldn't marry a woman in the United States. I smash one, but most guys will say, I'll still smash women in the United States, but I would not enter into a relationship with them. Why? Because you've been able to see what quality of women that are in other countries compared to the West. I don't want to just say the United States, but the West. That's why these guys are saying, no, 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 all we need is American women, because they've never been anywhere to compare. Let's go back to the video.
I'm aware of. That's just not the case. There is nothing to worry about but yourself and your own mortgage. So this person ain't interested. He's individualistic, right? Okay, here's another one. So this one is a yes. That's somebody who's pro grabbing your passport. It says all women and girls need new training. Something I've heard from black men in America who love their women are like, these women need training. Here's another one. Nope. Here's another one. How could you rebuild Black America without Black American women? Nobody can birth Black American babies except us. So here's a person asking a question like, what does this even mean? Now, you do have some men out there who say it's the seed of the father. Some people believe that, right? Depending upon what religious background you come from. But yeah, some people, how they get around that is, oh, well, as long as the daddy is Black, then that baby is Black American. That is the way that they get around it. And that is a belief out there. And then a few more. Here's another no. Here's another one. For what? Nope. It says, no, I don't want to be. The choices are getting to be like current hip hop. The question needs to be, are Black American women serious about marriage and family? Okay, that's a good question. I have said up to this point, no, I do not think Black American women are serious about marriage and family. That is not a cultural ethos. That doesn't mean that there aren't Black women out there who can get married. It does not mean that there's one out there who aren't having families, right? I'm married. I have a family. People are getting married and still having families. But I'm just saying that is not like a cultural ethos. It's not. Black women right now are not known to be like promoting marriage and promoting like, family values. They're not. This is partially why you have like the likes of Candace Owens, as controversial as she was, who still got some support because she was like pushing back against the common narrative, which is, city girl, hoochie babies, sell your kitty. Like that is what's really being like shoved down these women's throat. And then when they're not out there selling their body, it's like, well, at least I'm strong and independent. I'm going to make my money. I'm going to focus on my career. And if I do decide to get married, it's going to be when I'm like 40s and 50s, right? Like it's going to be when I'm to Estella got holiday. I'm going to be a passport sis. And so like that is more common. That is a lot more common. This is why we have like the David Bridals and the like shutting down because Black women and just women in general are not valuing marriage the way that they used to. And so to answer that person's question, no, I don't think they are. It says she don't want to be saved. So this person is like, nah, I'm not even for it. Here's another one though. They're like, no, we want our own woman. No, another one. Black women of the old guard were much classier, pro-Black, strong while maintaining their femininity. Nothing like these heathens. So yes, okay, this person is gabbing his passport. This person, absolutely, this is already happening. It says, not our job. Here's another SYSBM. Y'all already know. This is an SYSBMer. Better with other groups of women. It's time for hardworking, creative, productive, educated, and intelligent. Okay, Keisha. That's for bro. Got a pop bro in his non.
On that
foreign.
video, on this image that you normally don't see when it comes to couples in the United States. What do you see right here? You don't get to see that often in the United States. We are struggle streaming tonight. Everything. This has been one heck of an I hope the audio is good because the struggle is real tonight. I don't know what's going on this evening, but it is a real struggle. Yes, Keisha is playing Mortal Kombat this evening. Let's get back to this video. The audio is good. Thanks, Will. Thank you guys once again for your patience as well. Let's make sure that we got everybody in the, before we go back to the video, let's make sure we got everybody in the super chats. Shout out to you guys. He say, are you a man waiting for a woman to he say, how are you a man and you're waiting for a woman to live? This is true. A lot of times they are waiting for us to groom them. Then they'll showcase their femininity. They'll showcase their womanhood once we groom them. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be where you have to wait to groom somebody. Will says that this is the reason, this is the main reason many black, we looked at that one before. Okay, I got everybody. Great. Shout out to you guys. Hit that like button, everyone. Appreciate you guys being here and being patient with me during the struggle stream day. We'll be good Friday. Believe you me, we'll be good for Friday. Let me pull the video back up and we can finish off the video.
Story are established in our law and our.
And let's go down to about, I think we're about right here. Yeah, we're right here with, where I was mentioning the brother was smiling and he was happy. So let's go back to the video.
Way we must separate from the poopy, Rere, and Keisha and the community, right? So this person is, here you go, you got a passport, bro. You got a passport, bro, and his foreign non-black woman. Here's another one. I'm leaving to go to Africa. We must reclaim ourselves and identity. I'm not staying amongst enemies, capitalism, etc. So he's grabbing his passport. Okay, so like we had a lot of no's. You know, we had a lot of people who were like, no, I am not choosing a foreign woman. You have some who are like, yes, I am. American black women are the gods of heightism. I don't have a choice for it. So here's one saying that he has to grab his passport. He has to grab his passport because he's too short for your average black woman. That's hecka funny and actually kind of sad and actually true. I'm not even going to sit here and push back because he's right. You know, I think black women in general, I think are heightist Black women in particular have the reputation for being extremely heightish. Now, are we more heightish than others? I mean, that's a good question. I don't have stats on that.
Thanks,
if someone
Barry.
does, please feel free to share. Let's continue. Let's see. Here's another one. Okay, nope. Plenty of good Black women here to build. We'll just have to be careful who you pick. Another one, no. I'll leave it at that before I hurt some feelings. Here's another one. Nope. He's staying with his American woman. Okay, a few more. Ain't no rebuilding time for more productive Black men to walk away and never look back. The community is cooked. It's beyond repair. So that's a no. No. Here's another one. No. Here's another one. No. Another one. No. I think we need a course correction. Black women have been our ride or die for the last 400 years in America, and now isn't the time to separate. Some African Americans need to stop acting like we can't control our community. No. Here's another one. No. This is a no. Well, here's another one. Black women have a long history of being traitors and worshiping whiteness. Can't trust them. Okay, well, that's another one. I think, and here's another one. I think that's probably the most feasible option at this point. Black American women have a few generations of behavior showing they have no interest in cultivating a functional symbiotic community with Black men. So y'all, I mean, really, it just seems like it's split. We've seen plenty who are like, nah, I'm still rocking with Black American women. And then you see plenty out there who are pro SPSBM or grabbing their passports. And really, the whole point of this was just to try to gauge where men are at in this particular point. And it seems, just based upon my own little research, 51,000 people. We had about 51,000 people. And we had, over 253 responses. So like I said, this certainly is not a scientific study, but I just wanted to kind of get a sense of where people are at. And you kind of saw a mix everywhere. Those who were just like, I'm completely uninterested. I am sticking with Black American women only. Those who were—
Before she goes any further, I know that she's trying to be nice about it, but in all honesty, based off what we've just saw, most of them were no. Every once in a while, you see a guy, talking about having a foreign wife. Most men, and why be surprised? We're not surprised. Are Black men that have passports responsible for bringing our women from foreign countries back to the United States? No. Will most Black men travel? No. Most men are, let's be real. Most men are saying no, that we're going to stick with our American women out of convenience. I've said this in the past. I'll say it again. Most of us deal with women in that madness in our country. Now, mind you, I'm not talking about all women. I'm talking about the norm. We deal with it because she's geographically located in your city or in the bed laying next to you. You think I'm lying? Put a 1 in the comments section or a 0. Here's what we're going to do. Put a 1 in the comments section if you would travel 3,000 miles to be with the American woman. Put a 0 in the comments section if you would not, in the chat, if you would not fly for American women like you fly to Brazil, like you fly for Colombian women, like you fly to Thailand, like you fly to the Philippines. If you had to fly to get to your American queens as far as you do and had to pay for an Airbnb and had to pay for your lodgings and your food as well as your entertainment and everything else, and the women you were flying for were American women, would you take that flight? Put a 1 for yes, put a 2 or put a 0 if you wouldn't do it. My answer is 0. Ain't no way in hell I'm flying 3,000. Listen, Colombia is just not that far, 600-700 miles away from American shore if you're going by way of Florida. I ain't flying 600 miles for them. Y'all gonna make my point tonight. Put a 1 in the comment section if you would do it. Put a 0 if you know that I'm seeing too many zeros. I'm seeing all these zeros looking like the Matrix with zeros. Ain't no, oh, got a 1. I got my man JG said he'll do it. He said, I'm in the UK and I would never travel to see the average black woman. We got all these zeros. Black Nubian, them Canadian boys saying zeros. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Zeros. Maggie, I'm sorry, baby. We're seeing zeros tonight. We love you though. We love Maggie. Hey, let's stop. Pause for the calls for Maggie, the substitute teacher, being here. Make sure, Maggie, drop the link to your channel so we can subscribe and so you guys can enjoy some of the recipes. See the love and appreciate. That's why I keep saying there are some good women in the United States. There may not be good laws, but there's some good ladies, and Maggie is definitely one of them. And I follow her. Thank you for being here this evening again, Maggie. We appreciate you. 0. My man Zay, shout out to Zay being here in the city right now. Zay says 0. He said, I'm not moving 10 feet for him. Not 10 feet. Why? You must hate your black queens. It doesn't take hatred to make a decision. And I think a lot of times women try to use that as a catalyst against us. We do not hate our sisters just because I don't want to date my sisters in the States. There are sisters all over the world. And a lot of times sisters don't want to give us credit for dating Brazilian sisters, Colombian sisters, Argentinian sisters, Philippine sisters, dating women that are in sisters that are in parts of Asia, like Cambodia, all them black sisters in Cambodia. They don't want to give us credit for dating all the sisters that are in South Africa, all the way up to the Middle East, such as Ethiopia. They don't want to give us credit for that. They think that I gave birth to you, therefore that you belong here with us. If I'm miserable in the United States, then you should be miserable with me. Struggle love. And we're telling them, listen, baby, I'm in my 40s and 50s. I gave you 40 years of struggle loves. How many more years should the average black man give of struggle love? If I gave you 50 years of struggle love, 40 years of struggle love, 30 years of struggle love, how much more should I give? So when all these men in this comment section say, no, we're going to stay with our sisters, we're going to stay with our queens, I got you, brother, stay with them. But I know that if these women were in another country, most of those dudes that are saying I will be with these queens wouldn't even travel to be with those queens. If American women, not all, but many, were in the Caribbean, not even far away, in the Caribbean, most American men wouldn't even fly to the Caribbean. Let's flip it. If American women were in DR, would you just fly to DR to get American women? Hell, no, you wouldn't. DR is right next door, and you still wouldn't fly to get there. So you just proved my point. The reason why you sleep with, marry, and mate American women is because most of it is convenient. If she was in another country, you know that your ass would not fly to get to that mouth, to get to that attitude, to get to that behavior, to get to that weave, to get to those eyelashes, to get to that twerking, to get to all that stuff that does not make any sense for a woman to do. Now, if they were more like Maggie and Gail, the Southern Belle, yeah, I ain't got no problem with them sisters. I'm flying out. But they're not the norm. They're not the norm. Feminine women in the United States, that's not the norm. All cameras off. And this the part. So many feminine women got feminine friends, and they think that, well, all my friends are feminine. Ladies, we're here to tell you, you don't date these women like we date them. I'm feminine. All my friends are feminine. Everybody I know is feminine. That's because that's your circle. Like attracts like, and that's a great thing. That's a great thing. But those of us men who are in the dating arena in the United States or had been in the dating arena in the United States, not everybody's feminine like that. It is not the norm. It is far from the norm. Femininity and a woman with elegance is far from the norm. That's why women who have an elegance flair about them stand out so easily. Because they are not like the norm. And so when you guys say, hell no, I'm about to fly out for these chicks. No, hell no. If American women were in UK, okay, here we go. This is a good one. Put a 1 in the comment section. If you will fly out for UK women, put a 0 in the comment section if you would not fly out for women in the UK. And I'm not talking about going to smash. I'm talking about solidified relationship, whether you're married or not. You know, when you got to UK, you're looking for a good woman, you're looking for a wife or a woman for your life. Would you fly to the UK for that woman? I'm not talking about her accent and all that. I'm talking about, do you think that the qualities that the UK woman has, and dudes in UK can tell you, would you fly out for women in the UK? I would say 0 for UK too. Go ahead, put it in the comment section. Would you fly out to the UK? Why? Because UK women are nothing but a mirror of women in the United States. That's why they bumping heads right now on TikTok, because both of them don't realize that they both are different sides of the same coin. Same attitude, same mouthiness, same very few of them are feminine, same ain't never cooked a meal for a man a day in their life, but expect you to pay for the bills the rest of their lives. Same debts, same expectations of you got to have a certain height, you got to have certain inches or lengths, you got to have certain six-pack, you got to be certain this, certain that, same expectations. How many of y'all gonna fly over to UK? Knowing that you're getting the same results. Like I said, I'm not talking about flying over to sleep. I'm gonna sleep with a woman from UK. No. Any man can do that. You can do that with women in the States. I'm talking about once you get to UK, you got to enter into a long-term relationship. Would you do that? My answer already is hell no. If I was a single man, UK, Canada, I would go to Canada to smash, but there is nothing about sisters in Canada that act just like women in the United States that I'm gonna take my happy ass over there and deal with the America Part 2, American Women 2.0. What's my point in saying all this the last few minutes? The reason why you saw so many men on that video saying no, I would rather be with my American queens, is because of the American part, not the queens part. They are being with these women because it's convenient. That's what blows women minds in the United States. How the hell are you flying 1,000 miles, 3,000? How are you slaying dragons for these damsels in other countries, but I live next to you and you wouldn't crush a bug for me, but you fly to Colombia and slay a dragon? In Colombia, it'd be an anaconda, but you get my drift. It is mind-boggling to men and women in the United States that we are getting passports and actually enjoying a new life. You saw that dude, the brother with the gorgeous Asian woman. Both of them were smiling. Both of them were happy on the video we just watched. It just blows their mind that you guys will actually fly out for these women. But if I ask you to drive to the other side of the city and help me with plumbing, you wouldn't drive you're not worth it, American women, many of you. Not all of you. You're not worth a drive to the other side of the city in the middle of a sunny day. And they can't fathom that thought of you would rather get on a plane knowing that that plane is about to take off in the middle of a storm, and you're willing to fly to Thailand through turbulence than to fly or drive to the other side of the city and deal with the bullshit. I'll put even further. Some of you dudes in the States would rather fly to Brazil, that 9-10 hour flight, than to drive home 9 minutes to your woman and deal with her, with the bullshit she put you through in your own house. Oh, you think I'm lying? Why do you think that there's so many bars? What do you think 5 o'clock, the happy hour came from? Most of it was from men getting off work and we're not trying to go home immediately to that bullshit that they got waiting for them back home. You ain't even trying to drive 9 minutes back to your own house, but you have no problem flying 9 hours to Brazil for quality sisters. And women in the United States can't fathom and can't understand what the hell is going through your mind. Is because I'm only with you, American woman, because you just so happen to be next to me. But when it's time for some quality, I would rather fly 9 hours for a good woman who's going to treat me right than to drive 9 minutes to a woman that's going to put me through some BS. What does the Bible says? It is better for a man to eat soup on a roof of a house than to live in a mansion with a tempestuous, nagging woman. A man would rather eat soup in Colombia than to live in your big, beautiful neighborhoods with some of you sisters in the United States. And y'all still don't get it. Y'all always want to talk about y'all, the Proverbs 31 woman. I'm the Proverbs 31 woman. You do realize, for all you guys that keep hearing that Proverbs 31 woman, the woman of virtue and everything, you do realize there are two women in the Proverbs 31. Women, y'all didn't know that? When we get done with this live stream, look up Proverbs 31 in the Bible. The woman that every woman wants to be, she wants to brag about. I'm a Proverbs 31 woman, provider for my family, good to my man. Proverbs 31 talks about two women, not one. The first 10 verses of Proverbs 31 is the mother who's the queen warning her son about these qualities don't look for in a woman. If you see these qualities, run. Then after verse 10, all the way to verse 31, she talks about the positive Proverbs 31 woman. See, every woman thinks she's the Proverbs 31 woman in the United States, verse 10 through 31. Nobody, verse 11 through 31. No woman wants to talk about verse 1 through 10. The first Proverbs 31 woman that the mother said, don't F with her. The woman is like this. Don't mess with a woman like that. If she acts like this, son, you a king. Don't do this. Don't get caught up with that. Don't be drinking around the women because they will do this, do that. That's Proverbs 31 woman too. So I always ask women, which Proverbs 31 woman are you? Because why did I mention that? Because I'm going to end it with this before we finish the video off. Because there are two Proverbs 31 women that you can deal with your passport. You can have your passport and keep your happy ass in the United States and deal with verse 1 through 10. or you can use your passport and go to another country and be happy and find you a good quality woman in these other countries. That's the true Proverbs 31 woman, verse like 11, 12 through 31. But if you stay in the States and you bragging about your queen to be, you can't get mad at us brothers that wanted the real Proverbs 31 woman and not the one that was mentioned verse 1 through 10. Go ahead and look it up, guys. I love when I hear women talk about that Proverbs. I'm a Proverbs 31 woman. Which one? Which one? With that mouth? Man, I have seen women talk about their blackness and togetherness and lovingness and all that on YouTube, raising their voice to the top of their lungs, yelling at black men on panels, but yet talk about how feminine and I am feminine, damn it. I am a black queen. You can't tell me anything about love. I love my man. And you be like, what the? And you be looking at this woman on these panels and you be like, oh my God. I have watched panels of other cultures and ain't nobody raising their voice and trying to prove a point. And as soon as a man starts talking, the women sit back and let him say what he has to say. And then they give a rebuttal. Not in our country, not our sisters. They the talk over you queens. And when I say, I mean, it could be black sisters will talk over you. White women will talk over you in the United States. Latin women will definitely talk over you in the United States. If you saying something on a panel, man, Latin women will talk over you in the United States just as fast as a sister will. Nah, not everybody. But like I mentioned, on this channel, we talk about what normally happens off camera. And over talking men is what normally happens in the United States off camera. But let's finish off this video. I'm gonna hit the super chats. Then I'm gonna let you guys enjoy the rest of your evening, especially with me in the struggle stream this evening. Make sure you guys subscribe to Maggie the Substitute Teacher. Thank you guys.
Were like, I would like to be with Black American women, but I just don't think it's feasible. And then some who are like, I'm not even interested. I'm grabbing my passport. And honestly, I do think that's a pretty good indication as to where men are at today. Some believe, and some are just past the point of no return. So anyways, my overall point of all of that was just trying to gauge and understand where people are at on this entire subject. I think as far as women, ultimately, who are interested in dating and really wanted to marry and settle down, the good news is you see that there are plenty of men out there who are still interested and prefer Black women, especially those who are from America and have had, generations of their family being here. There are quite a few men who are interested and open to that. But the question is whether or not, that is something that Black American women in particular actually see as valuable. And that's up to them. But anyways, guys, what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What did you guys think about the response? Did you find this helpful? Y'all let me know. Leave your questions, comments, concerns in the comment section below. Thank you so much for listening. If you've gotten this far, and we'll talk later.
Make
Bye.
sure you guys subscribe to our sister's channel. Make sure you guys subscribe to her channel and make sure that you guys can support her through Cash App as well as Venmo. She always puts out great content supporting brothers, and she's always had a balanced commentary. And I'm gonna tell you something, this sister's commentaries when it came to women was so honest and so on point and fair and balanced. Do you know that sisters rallied and got this sister's channel taken down? I'll say this again, she had to fight to get her YouTube channel back, not because of men, because the same Black sisters, sisterhood, Black girl magic fought to get this Black woman who is feminine, who is married, who has children, and who has been established, and she sets forth a positive example. Sisters fought to get that sister's channel taken down, and she had to fight with YouTube and sisters to get her channel back. And they expect us brothers to bring our sisters that we're married. I mean, you guys are marrying, because you know I didn't marry a sister. But many of you guys are married or in relationship with you. They expect you to bring back your black sister from Brazil, your black sister, your black woman from Colombia. They're expecting you to save the community by bringing your black woman back to the States, and yet they attack their own sister. Anybody that's followed this sister's channel, she has never brought evil on nobody. She's never gossiped about somebody. She's kind of comes with the stats and facts and stays balanced. But because they were so busy trying to cause her to be a pick-me and all that mess that they put on black women that are happily married, these sisters fought and got her channel taken down. So when I tell these sisters in the States, man, forget what y'all talking about. I'm not trying to hear nothing what you talking about. Hell no, I'm not trying to say the black community in the States. If it gets saved, it's going to be saved without me in my passport. I'll say that again. If it gets saved, I'll be clapping from another country. There you go, black Americans. Go and get your money. You got your reparation? You go ahead and get it. I'm living my reparation. I'm going to say that again. I'm not waiting for Mr. Gilmore, Mr. Government, Mr. Trump, Mr. Biden to give me reparations. I'm living my reparations right mother now. You think I'm gonna wait for white people once again, black people waiting for the white man to save them? You think I'm be waiting for white people to get the life that I deserve? Hell no. Y'all crazy. Y'all keep on waiting around for Mr. Gilmore to give y'all a piece of his land off his property. He want to share crop and give you some reparations. Y'all keep on running around with that mess. I'll be living the life that I deserve, one day at a time. Let me hit to these super chats and cash apps. Shout out to you guys for being here through the struggle stream. We got a bunch of zeros. And he said, I live in Canada, and I'm not trying to be around Canadian women. Yeah, guys, I'm telling you. They can't fathom the thought of the fact that how is it I live next door to you, my black brother, and you won't cater to me, but you would take your proceeds and fly 3,000 miles and you will spoil a woman with flowers, cards, and candy in another country, not realizing that there is a difference between you, my sister next door, and that sister in another country. They can't fathom that thought. We've been programmed in the United States to think that we're number one in everything. And black women in the United States and white women in the United States have been programmed to think that they're number one women. You are not the number one woman. Nobody is rushing to get a man. If you had I need to look that up. Countries where men travel to the most to find a wife. I know the United States ain't on that list. I know that one. Ain't nobody trying to come to the United States for y'all asses. I don't know one foreign dude that said, I came to the United States, man, because I heard them American women, they treat you good. Never. For a green card, yeah. For America, never. No. Maggie says, let's see what Maggie says. We need more Maggies in America. I do know that much. She said, passing through to show support for all your work. Thank you very much, Maggie. I appreciate you more than you realize. And I appreciate all the recipes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. If you guys want to watch a channel where there's some good eating going on and some recipes that you can make yourself, because you know your woman in the United States are not going to make that recipe for you, except for the few of those women, such as Maggie. But most of them, they ain't. Listen, if I was in the States, I had to either make Maggie's recipes for myself or live vicariously through Maggie on YouTube. Because I know most women in the United States, they can't even cook no more. I already know that. So I can cook if I wanted to. If I really wanted to, I could cook. They can't even make a fruit salad. So fruit salad even got. That's what got me today too. When Andrea just came in here with a fruit salad for me, and I'm looking at my fruit salad and I'm eating, and I'm like, you don't even have to cook to let your man see that you appreciate and love him. All you got to do is chop up some fruit and put it in a bowl and hand it to him. Say, baby, I was thinking about you. They can't even make a mother fruit salad. Okay.
I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay.
Oh man, official Kobe in the building. Shout out to you, brother, with the 199. I appreciate that. He said, I'm not walking 5 feet to. That's a good point. That's a good point. A lot of you guys now, y'all don't even approach women. Y'all don't even walk 5 feet for them. Y'all know my motto. The only thing American woman could do for me is point me to the nearest airport. That's the only thing American woman will ever have to worry about me asking her. Even if I was single, I wouldn't ask for their number. I wouldn't ask for their time. I wouldn't ask for their attention. Could you do me one thing, sister? Yes, my brother. Could you point me to the nearest mother airport? If you can do that, then I know that you love me as a brother. Point me to the nearest airport. You ain't got to worry about me hitting on you. I ain't trying to hit that coochie. I ain't trying to do. I don't want to ask you up for no drinks. We ain't got the date. None of that. Just take your finger and point to the. I don't care if you got to Google it. The only time I'm gonna ask a woman in the United States to open up her phone so she can Google where the nearest airport is. Ain't no way in hell, man. Y'all my heroes. I don't see how y'all do it. I don't see how y'all still do it. There's some good ones in the United States, but the fact that you got to go through so many needles in a haystack to find the right ones, it ain't worth it. When you can just go to another country and most of the women that you want think like the women that you want. I'll say that again. You can spend 20 years in the United States looking for the woman that you want, or you come to another country, and most of us, this is the crazy part. This is the crazy part, Kobe. Most of us that go to these other countries, we usually find somebody to date or somebody to marry like that. It don't be no 2 or 3 years. It don't be no 9 months. You ain't skipping around. Most of you dudes that's looking for a girlfriend, a lady friend, it don't take you that long to find out. You're like, you know what? Because you know why? Because so many women in that particular country hold the qualities that you're looking for. Even if you left her, you know it's another one just like her with those ladylike, feminine, traditional qualities right around the corner. You know you can't do that in the States. You find you a good woman in the United States, usually y'all try to sit y'all happy asses down. Why? Because you know if that relationship ends, it's going to be a long time before you find a good one with good qualities in the United States. You know it. You know you'll spend more time begging her to come back than you would spend trying to find another good one in the States. You would rather say, I'd rather spend 6 months begging her to come back. Because I know it's going to take me 6 years to find me another one just like this one. Not in another country. You want somebody that's give you sex, sandwich, silence, fit, feminine, friendly. You can come to these countries and just open up your eyes. She like that. She like that. She like that. They like that. She's like that. And she's like that. Every once in a while, you find one with an attitude. Cool. Every once in a while, you find one that's a diva. Cool. But most of them, when you in most countries, good women. Good women. Bruh. It don't take you no time to find you a good woman in another country. And a lot of my boys off camera that live here in Colombia, They met their woman immediately. Their girlfriend or their significant other, their wife. It didn't take no time. Why? Because there's so many women with the qualities that you men are looking for are waiting for you on the other side of your passport. Shout out to my man Tips and Trips in the building. Tips and Trips says this. He said, Andre, I'm in Birmingham, Alabama. Shout out to Alabama. He said, it's super rough here dealing with the available women, and I mean super rough. I don't see how y'all dudes do it in the north, but I really don't see how you dudes do it in the south, because there used to be the women in the south was once upon a time the women that could sit back and say, we're not like those women up north. We have qualities about us, the Southern belle, the ladylike, the traditional, the foundational women. It used to be like a sense of pride to be a woman from the South. I'll say that again. For those who weren't around for that time period, it was a sense of pride for a woman to say, well, you know, I'm not from up here. I'm from the South, baby. And you knew that you were talking about somebody that had traditional family-like traits. Not anymore. Not them hot in the ass of Southern women now. You got women over 40 competing with women that are 24. You got women that are 24 as immature as if they were 14. You walk through Atlanta, you can smash your way through. Ain't no more Southern belles in Atlanta, it seems like. Southern belles are rare now in Atlanta. Alabama, you used to be able to find you a Southern belle on every corner in Tennessee. Not anymore. Kentucky, no. Carolina, hell no, you can't find no Southern belles everywhere you turn anymore. You damn sure can't find no Southern belles in Virginia. As much weight as they put on. Yeah, y'all got some big ones in Virginia, sorry. I think West Virginia is considered the most obese state in the United States, West Virginia. I was just watching a headline a couple of days ago. Yeah, it's hard to even find a Southern belle now. A traditional woman. A woman that is about the family unit. And people sit back and say, well, Andre, when the cameras go off in real life, off social media, the statistics show this off camera. When I cut this camera off tonight, the statistics show 51% divorce rate in America, right? That has nothing to do with YouTube, does it? Doesn't have nothing to do with TikTok, does it? 70% of American women are considered obese or overweight. Does that have to do anything to do with TikTok? What about Instagram? So when these cameras go off, it's still going to be 70% of women in the United States either overweight or obese, correct? Attitudes and demeanors are not women of African American descent considered quite often the woman that is this as the what can I say, the poster child for attitudes and bad demeanors off camera before there was a YouTube. I've been saying this, and other men have been saying this since we were teenagers. We saw our mamas with attitudes. Our grandmamas had an attitude. So for people to sit back and act like, well, on social media is one thing, but in real life, damn it, I'm giving you real life stats that ain't got shit to do with social media. Nothing to do with social media. The stats of that 30% of men have said, I'm not even in this dating arena under 30 years old. That has nothing to do with TikTok or Facebook. 30% of men said, I am not dealing with these knucklehead women. Do you, women, ladies, do you realize how bad it gotta be for a man to say, I don't even want to fuck you? Do you know how bad it's gotta be in society? Like my brother said, super rough for men to sit back and say, as horny as we stay, especially under the age of 30, 30% of men saying, I don't even want to fuck these women in the United States. No, that's all right. Let me make money. I'll jack off and make money. Do you know how bad that's got to be? How you know how much a man's got to only love you because you are his family member or because you got to say, think about it, ladies. It's sad. There's 30% of men, and many of them are of color, that only deal with you because of a complexion or because you're a relative, not because of you being a good person. I'm talking about my aunties, my cousins, your female cousins, your aunties, my mama, your grandmama. I'm going to put it where the goats can get it. Right in front of you, brothers. There are 30% of men under the age of 30 that said, I wouldn't put my dick in none of these women. Let me make my, that's how bad it is in the United States. And you think that we're going to bring our women from foreign countries, all the sisters that we dating and we marrying from foreign countries, so you women could fuck them up like y'all? Hell no. No, that 30% of men, we're trying to encourage to get their passports to let them know that not all women around the world like that, bruh. Not all women around the world are like that. That's why the passport bro movement exists. That's why we talk about travel and relationships on this channel, because our job is to encourage men to let them know you've got options, brother. I'm not Kevin Samuels. I could convince you a damn thing about staying in the United States and finding love and bringing the black community. That's Kevin. That was Kevin. I'm more like Dennis Sperling. Damn that, get your passport. And if you want to stay in the States, I support you too, brothers. I support any man that decide that I don't want to be a passport traveler. I want to deal with my sisters in the States. Deal with them. Because anytime you got to use the term deal with, you in trouble from the get-go. Deal with them. You handle them. Them yours. That's your problem. I say it again. That's your problem. But don't be expecting us to come back to the community and rescue the black community. Hell no, we done. Ain't no fly back. One-way tickets on this team. One-way ticket. That's serious. Brothers are tired. Sisters always talking about how tired they are. Shit. Women behavior is more important than citizenship. Yeah. Some of us have not given up of our American citizenship. And we won't. But if you want to know the truth, can I say something? There are a lot of us that act like it. In other words, there are a lot of us that are enjoying life so much in other countries that you would have thought that we gave up our citizenship. We know that there are long-term benefits that even rich people are gathering. They're calling it passport portfolios. You can look it up. Where rich people are establishing passport portfolios. So even if the rich know you'll give up a passport, you get more of them. You get passports like baseball cards. If the rich know this, how much more we who are mere mortals know this as well. But here's the kicker. Like I just mentioned, even though I don't give up my citizenship, I damn sure act like it, don't I? I love the United States. I really do. I love the people, the country, the food, the culture, everything about it. But damn it, I know that I got options, and you do too. You really do. Shout out to Will of Thrill once again. Will says, and there is a variety. You got options. You already said that if American women were in another country, you wouldn't go flying out there. And that's what you guys need to be asking these guys on these panels. I'm going to say this again. When you on these panels with these dudes that's trying to tear down the passport bro movement, or they're confused about it, you ask them, can I ask you guys a question? Yeah. If American women, and I mean all American women with all the our sisters and all their glory and splendor, were in Thailand, would you fly out to go get them and date them and marry them? If let's make it closer then, fellas. If American women, our sisters, our Latin women, our white women, were in Colombia, just Colombia, would you get on a plane and fly your ass out there with their attitudes and their demeanor and everything about them? They ain't gonna cook for you and none of that, except for, you know, a few women that's gonna cook for you, like Maggie. Would you fly your happy tail to Colombia to go get you one of them American women? That's what y'all need to be telling these dudes on these panels. And you're going to have a few guys that's going to lie. Yeah, I fly out there for American woman. Motherfucker, you know you wouldn't fly out there. Ain't nobody flying into America for American women, and ain't nobody going to fly out of America if American women were out there. Ain't nobody going to slay your dragon, ladies. That dragon you created ain't no damsel in distress. Damn that. Now you go on YouTube and Instagram, and all you see are women, black women and white women, crying, talking about, I don't want to work full time. I don't like working. I got all these bills. I got 3 degrees, and they only want me to work at a call center. All that crying. Men been working those jobs for hundreds of years. We ain't said nothing. Mouth shut. Let's make this money for the family. You think every job a man gets, we want to work these jobs? We just knew to shut the fuck up and get to work because we got family and responsibilities. Not y'all. Y'all want to sit up there now. Y'all want to cry. Y'all got your independence. You want to cry. Y'all got upper management positions and you want to cry. You're making money now. You want to cry. You got bills and debts and everything. You got college debts. You got a mortgage. You got a car note. You got all this stuff, but you ain't got no man. Now you want to cry. No, ladies. No, boo. You got everything that we had. We used to be the ones with the college debts. We used to be the one with the bad credit because you done ran our credit up because there was a time in history where a woman could use her man's credit and she didn't even have to have credit. Oh, do your homework. Before women had credit, there was a time where a woman, all she had to do was just sign and have her husband's credit card, and she could either help his credit or fuck his credit up by buying anything that she wanted. She didn't even have to worry about her credit. But y'all wanted to be independent, ladies. Now y'all got good credit, and many of y'all got effed up credit because of your college debts. Don't cry now. Welcome to the grown-up world. You want to be grown, ladies? Welcome to the world of being grown up. And part of the world of being grown up is this. Men are not coming to your rescue anymore. You want that dragon slayed, that dragon of life that's all on you every time you wake up in the morning? You slay that motherfucker by yourself. You slay your own dragon. You better be a tomb raider. You slaying your own dragon from their own women. Because men are flying out to be with the damsels that's going to appreciate them after they slay the dragon. That's why y'all so bitchy when men sit back in the United States and say, yeah, you worth 50-50. 50-50. Yes, you worth 50-50. You are not worth me paying all the bills and then dealing with you. No, and your attitude and your mouth, and I don't get a hot meal, and I got to deal with your kids that you had by another man. No, you are worth 50-50. And then as soon as that same man gets on the plane, he'll fly to the Philippines and pay 100%. Why? Because that Philippine woman makes him feel like 100% man when you ladies in the United States only made him feel like 50% man. You give 50% of appreciation, 50% of respect to that man. 50% of the time you might make him a meal, and the rest of the time you ain't gonna never make him a meal. But then he goes to a country where these women give him 100% of love, 100% of peace, 100% of appreciation, and a hot meal. And y'all wonder why these men are gone and slaying dragons in other countries. Shit. Okay. Okay.
I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay.
Shout out to my Australian brother being in the building. Brother from down under. He says, hello, Andre. He said, you are telling the truth. He said, I'm a dual citizenship in America and Australia. Shout out to you, brother. He said, very good passports for traveling purposes and tax breaks. I've been saying that for years. If brothers start to realize the tax benefits of when you are not in the United States, oh my God, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I kid you not. I would have left the United States the moment I got out the feds if I knew all the benefits of living outside the United States that the United States gives you. I'm gonna say this again. If I had known all the benefits, the tax benefits, and all the opportunities that awaited me that the United States had established for those that don't live in the United States, I would have left the day I got out the feds. Remember, I told you I had 20,000. My grandfather died the day, like a couple of months before I got out the feds. My grandfather had died, left me 20,000 in insurance money. So when I walked out, I had 20,000 after doing 10 years in the feds. Do you know how long that 20,000 would have stretched me if I'd have brought my butt to Colombia in 1999? If I was in Spain right before the euro with my American dollars, Italy right before the euro, Greece right before, man, we're talking about some broken countries. If I was in the Philippines back then with some dude, Colombia man, listen. Half of my life right now, I kid y'all not, before I let you guys go, half of my life right now is set up to set my children up for their future, so they know early in life they've got opportunities that their daddy didn't have, or their daddy didn't know that he had. A friend of mine finally got his dad down here to Colombia. Played golf. I think you guys heard me tell a story. He was in his 70s. He told us, he said, man, if I had known about Colombia 14 years ago, I'd have left. I said, sir, you told me your wife died 10 years ago. He said, you heard what I said. In other words, I'd have left my wife 14 years ago, even though she just died 10 years ago. And I'd have came to Colombia. You young folk. I said, man, I'm 56 years old. He said, you young folk. He made me feel like I was 24. You young folk don't realize how good you got it with these passports. I'm 70 something. I'm just getting out the country for the first time. I wish I had known about this when I was younger. So all you dudes that only believe in being in one country, have at it. But the rest of us, we out of here, baby. My name is Andre of Andre and Andre's Love Crossing Borders, which we love crossing borders. Shout out to you guys for being here, staying with us. It was a great show. We got a really good one coming up this actually, I might do one tomorrow as well as Friday. Shout out to you guys. Appreciate you guys being here. And thank you guys for dealing with me with the struggle streaming. I'm going to get the cables set up for tomorrow. We're going to get everything just right. But glad that you guys were here. Get you some rest. It's almost a little after 12 o'clock where you guys are on the East Coast. And you guys have a great evening. Once again, this is Andre and Andrea of Love Crossing Borders. Let's get ready to do this outro, guys. And I thought I was gonna have enough time to create a new outro. I'm gonna make a new outro for this upcoming. Actually, I got enough time to make 2 this week. Shout out to you guys for being here. Let's go here.
Det var första gången vi möttes. Våra blickar bara möttes. Kommer du ihåg det igen? Kommer du ihåg igen? Du vill ha ice little fingers. Då du vet det chalas. All in, ingen broms, schackmatt på din vänster hand. Du är så viktig baby. Ja, du är allians. Du är försiktig baby. Men du gav mig en chans. Det är 50-50 baby. Men det är balans. Jag växlar upp med dig baby. Ingen annan. Det var fan ingen dans på någon ros innan jag träffade någon som dig. Som dig baby. Det var fan ingen dans på någon ros innan jag träffade någon som dig. Du är mitt liv baby. Aldrig titta på någon annan. Varför du med annan? Kom var med mig baby. Aldrig lita på någon annan. Finns ingen annan jag vill ha min chakarinna. Låsa av sig fingersinna. Jag kommer alltid ride with you. 100 gubbar klockan die for you. Du är så viktig baby. Ja, du är allians. Du är försiktig baby. Men du gav mig en chans. Det är 50-50 baby. Men det är balans. Jag växlar upp med dig baby. Ingen annan. Det var fan ingen dans på någon ros innan jag träffade någon som dig. Du är mitt liv baby. Det var fan ingen dans på någon ros innan jag träffade någon som dig. Du är mitt liv baby. Visa mig vart du finns. Du kommer väl till min city? Nej, jag vet att det finns. Kom det är bra lives and all nights, yeah. Jag vet att jag minns kör det. Skön social smart good lady. Jag tvivlar det. Visa mig vart du finns, yeah.